On this episode of Playlog, we're talking about all the cozy games we saw at this week's Wholesome Snack Showcase, discussing itch.io going down because of Funko, and seeing what I really know about 2024 indies. Hey guys, CGDannyB back again with another episode of Playlog, the podcast where we talk all things indie gaming, but of course, can't talk indie games alone because that's boring. So alongside me, I've got my partner in crime, the Play Nice Kid themselves, Tofr. What's poppin', homie?
I have been ill all day, but we just watched the Wholesome Snack, and all of those wholesome games have just made me feel instantly better.
Some of those games shouldn't exist, and I'm so glad they do.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Actually, I also realized I got to add another one to the releases because technically, even though it's out of the thing, it won't, because it wouldn't be last year. Last week, I spelled it wrong. Add Naiad to the thing, please. I can't type.
Oh, right.
I'm a monster. But yes, we just finished reacting to the Wholesome Snack Direct, which by the time you're seeing this would have been on Tuesday, but the VOD should be up over on YouTube, the main YouTube channel, so you can go watch us react and get really excited about the final announcement, which was really cool, which you might also hear as we go through the news. But real quick, let me do some housekeeping to keep you guys in the loop of some upcoming content, because it's December. There's a lot going on. So first, coming up on December 19th, we'll be live reacting to the Indie Game Awards. I keep saying we. I think that's later for you, right? I don't know if you'll be around for that one or you'll be watching after the fact. Okay, yeah, cool.
I'm going to have to watch it the day after.
Gotcha. Then let me clarify. I will be live reacting to the Indie Game Awards on twitch.tv/CGDannyB. We are also judges for the Indie Game Awards. We got to vote on which game should win. Not that our vote will be final, but just know that we have voted, so might have swayed it. It's maybe an FTC important thing to say. But the 6-1 team, in collaboration with Vicarious VR, put together the inaugural Indie Game Awards, giving a place for all the indie titles that normally get no time at the Jeff Keighley Awards a space to shine. So come out and watch the reaction and see which of our favorite indie games win on December 19th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on twitch.tv/CGDannyB. Not only is that an award show happening, but right here on Playlog Podcast, we'll be having the Playlog Podcast Awards, asterisk name pending. It's probably what it's going to be called this year, but it may be something different next year. Who knows? Where Tofr and I are putting together 10 categories that we'll be voting on. Yeah, it's very last minute. Maybe next year we'll have you guys vote, but this time we're picking and we're voting. So you just get to see who wins. So, but yeah, that'll be taking place twitch.tv/CGDannyB on December 17th at 2 p.m. Eastern, give or take a couple minutes because live things happen. But yes, we'll be doing the award show live. I'm hoping to have some fun little assets to show off nominees and winners with some recording. So look forward to that. Last major update to let you guys know. Remember, as part of the podcast, we'll be doing our monthly book club where we go back and replay some indie classics or finally get around to some modern indies that we just haven't played yet. And with the holidays taking up the end of December, this book club will be a 2-month play session. For the month of January, we'll be reviewing Hollow Knight. Forge your own path in Hollow Knight, an epic action adventure through a vast ruined kingdom of insects and heroes. Explore twisted caverns, battle tainted creatures, and befriend bizarre bugs, all in a classic hand-drawn 2D style. So, if you want to get involved in the episode, play the game these next few months on your preferred platform, then head over to our write-in form in the description to give us your thoughts on Hollow Knight for our January 28th episode of Playlog Podcast, where you can join us live on twitch.tv/CGDannyB for the discussion, or catch the episode just a few days later on youtube.com/CGDannyB. You start Hollow Knight yet?
No.
Yeah, me either. Yeah, it's installed. I've launched it twice, then I'm like, I have to do the other thing. So
I have it on my Steam Deck as well, but yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to get to it. But if you started, good for you. You're ahead of us.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, boy. But with that, this is the part of the show we like to break the ice and talk about, hey, what do you guys want to ask us about gaming or life or content creation, etc., etc. Now, our good friend of the show, Daphne, wrote in with 2 questions. But instead of going back to back, I figured this week, Tofr's got a great question for us. So we'll answer that. And then Daphne, we'll save you for the Game Awards episode. Or, well, not Game Awards, the Playlog Award episode. So it's an honor. But Tofr, what you got for me?
Well, this year is the 30th anniversary of the PlayStation.
Ooh, sure is.
Which you do love. And I was wondering what's like the PlayStation game for you.
Ooh.
It doesn't have to be indie. Like
Yeah.
I can imagine this being a AAA. But...
Yeah, for sure. Do we want like a PlayStation 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Do we want just like when I think PlayStation, what's the one that comes to my head?
You can choose. If you have one for each PlayStation, then by all means, but
I'm sure if I go back, PlayStation 1 was always Crash Bandicoot, 1, 2, 3, my classics. PlayStation 2 is when me and my brother started getting into more just like the licensed movie games. So like if you looked at our collection, we're talking probably Cars, Incredibles, the Pixar movies that got a video game port. That was pretty much our collection on PS2. We didn't do the Metal Gears, we didn't do the Gran Turismos, the God of Wars. That was a much later thing for me. PlayStation 3 and 4, hands down, easily is Uncharted as a franchise, which is my favorite franchise of all time. I love Uncharted. I've replayed the games. I would love to go back and get the platinum. They're all just really grindy, but like we could dream. Maybe one day, I'll get the time to do that. But I've loved Nathan Drake and that whole cast as long as I can remember. I was a 360 kid in middle school, and I'm like, PlayStation's dumb. Who wants to play those games? I got Gears of War, which I had never played Gears of War until I was like 20. I was like, I got Gears. I got Halo, dude. I don't even need this PlayStation stuff. But then I was working at GameStop. They had a bundle that was the red Super Slim. That came with all the God of War games, which I'm like, I'll check these out. But I also grabbed Uncharted 2 because my store didn't have Uncharted 1. I started Uncharted 2. I finished the intro train sequence and I said, I need to start from the beginning. So I ran to the further GameStop, which is about 30 minutes out of the way. They were closing in about 35 minutes. So I'm like, I'll be right there. I have the money in hand. Just ring it up. Here's the employee number. Put the discount in. I'll grab it. I came in, grabbed it, went home, played Uncharted 1 and 2 throughout the weekend. And then conveniently, as I beat 2, we got 3 for free on PlayStation Plus. So I just bam, Uncharted 1, 2, 3. And then at the night of the PlayStation 4 release, they announced Uncharted 4. And like Uncharted has just been the franchise for me. And I fucking love it. But we don't have an Uncharted on the PlayStation 5 yet, not an original one. So I'll go out of my way because it's the not even underdog, but a contender for Game of the Year. We're going to give Astrobot a shot because Astrobot, he's our new mascot, man. Astrobot's our new sack boy, and I'm here for him.
I get that.
You got 30th anniversary of PlayStation favorites?
Let me think. The PlayStation 1 for me will always be the Metal Gear Solid machine.
Okay, fair enough.
There are few AAA games that have made the impact on me that the original Metal Gear Solid had.
I get it.
So yeah. Then the PlayStation 2, I didn't play that many games on it, but I did play the Spider-Man 2 game.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Still has the best web slinging of all Spider-Man games.
Well, I'm saying Insomniac. Wow, whoa, wait, God. Okay, oh my God, I'll let you go. I'll let Insomniac have their conversation with you. I'll sit back here. I ain't stepping into it.
But then PlayStation 3, it took me a while to have a PlayStation 3. Mm-hmm. Like, the PlayStation 4 was already out when I got the PlayStation 3. So I can't really remember any games particularly sticking out.
Seemed like a 3D dot hero kind of fella to me.
No, I'll just move on to the PlayStation 4, and there I'd have to say, it's a tough one. I'd have to say either Horizon Zero Dawn.
Good pick.
Or Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Ooh, okay. I like both of those.
Yeah.
I like both of those.
I'll keep both of them since I didn't have one for the PlayStation 3.
Yeah.
And then the PS5, I only played one game on the PS5, and that's Spider-Man 2. So
that's
wins
the one.
By default.
Okay. Valid. Yeah, no, those are good picks. Horizon's definitely up there. I feel like Horizon's getting a lot of shit lately for no really good reason. Like, there was supposed to, women, am I right? Who puts women in their games? Not me. But yeah, we've had like Horizon 1 and 2, which are both great. Then we got the remaster of Horizon 1, which we really didn't need. No. But I just don't see why it hurts anybody that it exists. Like, I don't know why we're crying. And then Lego Horizon, which I don't think anybody asked for, which is kind of lukewarm, whatever, but I'm not mad that it exists. So I see a lot of people just want to hate on Horizon right now after we all fucking love them. And I think Horizon needs more love, and I can't wait for a third one or whatever comes next. So
yeah, absolutely.
Guys, sure, let us know what your favorite PlayStation game is. If you want to go by console or just all time, let us know in the comments below. Now, boom, timestamp. Great question, by the way. Good question. I wasn't even thinking about that. Of course. We've got a few headlines for you. Honestly, I have 3, but we gotta add a 4th one right there real quick, because that's, if we don't talk about it, we're crazy. But let's start with the Wholesome Snack announcements. As of recording this episode, we just finished watching the Wholesome Snack Direct, hosted by Wholesome Games and Jenny Wyndham, putting on a great show, showing a bunch of content creators. Now, Tofr asked me in the middle, when is Danny going to be on there? And I said, Danny might be a little too loud and a little too uncozy for the Cozy Game Showcase. But you know what? If I'd be like, hey guys, CGDannyB here, and I'm here as part of the Wholesome Snack Direct. Now, I know what you're thinking. This is not how this guy acts. But Jenny said I had to behave myself if I was going to be here, so this is what you get. And we'll see. I think I could be funny, personally.
This is ASMR to me.
Listen. We'll put it in there. That might be a good clip for Blue Sky later. We're gonna put that one out. Oh man! But real quick, we are running through the announcements here. I will just rattle through what we had. I don't have a number, but you guys can count in your heads. To start off, we had Cappy Castaway. No official release date yet, but that one looks super cute. That was the co-op one, yeah, with the little bird. Yeah. I think it was the first. Yeah, that was adorable. Yeah. Tales of Psycho, coming spring 25th in early access, another farming sim anime style game. Piece by Piece coming in 2025, a very Trash Goblins meets Moonlighter type shopkeeper game. Rusty Retirement gets a big free winter update coming out now. The first thing I think we probably popped off at, Duck Detective, The Ghost of Glamping, the next entry in the Duck Detective series, which I'm so excited. Because I told you during the show, and I told my chat when we played the game on stream, that these games are great. Well, sorry, this game is great, and it's simple enough that I could imagine them just keeping the assets and then building a new story and dropping in the pieces, and we get a regular flow of Duck Detective games. And the fact that we just got our second one announced the year the first one came out, that seems to be potentially the future we're having, which I'm very excited for.
Huge shout out to the voice actor who does the Duck Detective himself. Because he does a marvelous job.
It does. Could have been in that game, but they didn't accept my audition. That's fine. I didn't even want to be in the game. I don't care. I still have that footage. I should make it like a when I audition for Duck Detective video. I should do that.
Maybe you need to do ASMR, Danny, and your auditions.
Quack quack. Trying to find who was glamping out here. Indie games. Next up, we had Lou's Lagoon, still coming in 2025. A game where you take over your lost uncle's lagoon delivery service. You're delivering packages. Looks gorgeous. Can't wait to play that one. Next, we have Pine, a really sad-looking narrative adventure game coming out this Friday, which I didn't even notice that it was Friday the 13th. Yo, good luck everybody out there. Have fun. But yeah, Pine will be out on Friday, so look forward to checking that one out. Next, we have River Towns, which has a demo available right now. That is from the team that made Wandering Village over at Stray Fawn. Love those guys. Next, we have Spirit Swap Lo-Fi Beats to Match 3-2 coming on February 3rd, 2025. Winterboro, a gorgeous little snow setting survival game you play as a mouse, coming out in 2025, also coming to Game Pass on launch. Next, we have an expansion for Snufkin. What's the main game?
Melodies of Moomin Valley?
That one. We have Snufkin, Fuddler's Courtship, the expansion for the game that will be releasing this year on December 17th, not 27th, 17th. Akyam, cool Bollywood-style action RPG game, has a demo out now. It looks like it's on definitely Steam, but also Xbox and PlayStation might have the demo as well. Little Rocket Lab, a automation style game where you can have a dog with you, coming out in 2025. Yes. Loftia, big old maybe cozy city building game where you build on islands in the sky, coming out. I didn't think it had a date, so eventually, but it's being worked on. Starbirds, big space game where you play as birds building civilizations on meteoroids, asteroids, meteorites, whole kinds of stuff, coming in 2025. Locomoto, which seemed to be a game where you're building a community on a train and then doing pit stops to do activities and get resources, etc., etc. Also no date for that one, but looks precious. You better get your wish list ready, by the way, guys. It's Naiad is out now, dropped as of recording this, it's set out now. I think Steam still says coming soon, but it should be out today by the time you're seeing this. Available on, I think it was everything, Steam, Switch, PlayStation, Xbox, if I'm correct on that.
I don't think it's on Xbox.
Ha! Take that, green box. You suck. PlayStation, let's go. Sorry, I didn't mean it. Get a PC, guys. I'm sorry. Next up, we have A Waddleful Life, which is an adorable little game where you play as a mother goose taking care of your mother duck taking care of your little ducklings. No release date on that, but it looks adorable. Sky Children of the Light is getting an Alice in Wonderland crossover event coming on December 23rd. Pinballton Park, which is an Animal Crossing like game where the entire world is a pinball machine, which looks sick. And Tofr are both very excited for that one. It looks adorable.
Hell yeah.
Despelote officially has a release of early 2025 and also got confirmation for a Switch release. So you'll be able to play that on all your favorite platforms. Very Spanish-inspired game. You're playing as a young man growing up with soccer as a part of their life. Next up, we have Sugar Dew Island, another very Stardew-esque 3D style farming sim type game coming early 2025. Wild Society from the guys who made Wildflower is their new game. We didn't get too much outside of the cinematic, but I don't think we got a date for that one either, so coming soon. And to round out the show, our one more thing, they teased us. They said, here's a black and white tree. Here's the silhouette of something we're not sure. These little black birds, like, I wonder what these could be. We're like, that's obviously a camera, but it couldn't be. Could it? Could it be what we think it is? And then we got the logo. Toem 2 is being worked on. It's in development. I can't freaking wait. I love Toem. Oh my God, I popped off. That's so exciting. Oh, man. But yeah, those are the announcements we got at the Wholesome Snack. Tofr, you got a couple favorites from this?
Well, I had been waiting for Naiad for over a year now, since it was supposed to come out at the end of last year.
For sure.
So I'm really excited to get into that one. Starbirds is made by the people who made Dorfromantic, so that makes me automatically excited for that one. But Toem 2 is the showstopper.
Yep, 100%. Toem 2 is definitely my takeaway. Yeah. The logo came up, whole stream crashed. It was done. Definitely some contenders though. I'm a big fan Piece by Piece. I think in terms of like new IP that I hadn't heard of, that one looked really cute. Obviously Duck Detective. I love the first game. Can't wait to play more. I want more. And Lose Lagoon is another one that I'm really looking forward to. But like there wasn't, I don't think there was a bad announcement at this whole direct. Like it was banger after banger.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Jenny and the team came in swinging for this one. So very excited to see these Wholesome Snack announcements today. Yeah. And if you guys want to see what we're talking about and watch us react to it, the video should be right here on YouTube. It'll probably be either pinned at the end, or if I can remember to do it, I'll put that little eye like up where that side above Tofr's head maybe. And if I forget to do it, it was Tofr's fault.
Yeah. my big old head is just blocking it.
Oh boy. Don't block it. They can't click on it, Tofr. They can't click on it. But on to the next headline here. Guys, did you know that itch.io went down this weekend because of Funko? What the heck? There's a lot to unpack here. But first, so itch.io on Twitter tweeted out, I kid you not, itch.io has been taken down by Original Funko because they use trash AI-powered brand protection software called Brand Shield Ltd. And there's a lot of ats in this tweet, by the way. A lot of people getting called out. That created some bogus phishing report to our registrar. I want my name, who ignored our response and just disabled the domain. And then there's a bunch of people saying, hey, it's been offline. Hey, it went back up. I'm not sure. It looks like this might come retroactively, blah, 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 blah. A lot of people confused. And anyone unfamiliar with itch.io, imagine an online, the browser version, Steam, that's just indie games. Like even the small indie games. Like it's a cute little place. You want to keep itch alive. I did pull up this article here on Games Radar from Catherine Lewis. I'll go through the intro part here. This is updated on December 10th, which is sometime this morning. itch.io is back online after being taken down for several hours yesterday amid claims that its domain had been disabled after a phishing report was filed against it by Funko using AI-powered brand protection from Brand Shield. Overnight, the owner of itch.io's Twitter account alleged that Funko attempted to contact their mom over the matter. And then real quick, as a screenshot here, this is not a joke. Funko just called my mom. and it is the creator with a screenshot of their phone that says, "Got a strange call from a company about accusatory statements on your social media account. Call me." So that's a thing. And then, yeah, as we agree, it's so fucking crazy. I got a strange call, call me, same thing. So it looks like it's mostly the same. So, Tofr, where you at? Where you at on this?
I already have big opinions on use of AI. This is just more confirmation that I'm right.
Yeah. Yeah.
But plenty of people have income writing on itch.io being live.
Yep.
So this is just terrible.
Yeah, this
it was
insane.
Really terrible. I did see somewhere that they actually considered using another URL.
Oh, okay.
To get the website running again.
Yeah.
But then they decided against it because they thought that would make things more complicated.
Yeah, I can only imagine. Itch already is niche enough, and not that I know anything about branding in that degree, right? If rebranding itch.io to something more domain friendly would get that attention, right? But my biggest thing is where did this fall into Funko's radar? I don't know if there was any other details on that. What about Funko and doing this AI search of content made them go, up? That's something we got to get rid of. What about my big-headed figurines made me go, I got to get rid of this website for indie games? That's so confusing to me. That's wild.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Yeah,
and it's what happens when you trust AI in that capacity.
Yeah.
I earlier today I also saw a post on Blue Sky where apparently there were a bunch of school teachers who were complaining that their students were using ChatGPT as a search engine, and they were believing these facts, which weren't true at all. They were just made up by this AI, and it's worrying that the use of AI is so unregulated.
Yeah. Yeah, and I've talked to you before. I've used ChatGPT in terms of preparing my indie releases video, because I'll hit those snags of just I feel like I'm just copy pasting the Steam page, or I'm just I'm not putting any heart into these things. So I'll be like, hey ChatGPT, take this Steam page, summarize this thing for me, and I'm hoping something the way they phrase it, I'm oh, that'll now Danny's gonna go, okay, so if I oh, that's a good word, the inspiration of that, and try and spark some creativity, but I'll never copy paste off the ChatGPT and slap it into a script. That being said, the amount of times that I've put a Steam page in, I'm hey ChatGPT, take this information and summarize. And they'll be like, this is Sorry We're Closed, a game about a store that hasn't been opened in 27 years. I'm that's not at all what this game's about. Try again. And they'll be like, this game, Sorry We're Closed, is about a train station that unfortunately has been unoccupied for 75 years. I'm that's still not what this is about. ChatGPT is not smart in a lot of ways. It can be a useful resource. I think AI is not all inherently bad. I think it can do a lot of things to oh, as humans, I'm not thinking of this thing right, or I'm not organizing these things. And I've used ChatGPT to make tables for myself and plan content for the future. And I plan to do more in 2025. But in no way, shape, or form would I ever be all right, ChatGPT, you take over the CGDannyB channel. You do everything, because I know you're going to nail it, because I know it won't. And the chaos that would ensue is crazy. And seeing that this right here was just a click a button, see what it gets for Funko, and then took down one of the biggest indie platforms on the internet is insane.
Yep.
So.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. It's not all AI is bad.
Yeah.
But it needs to be more regulated, the way it gets used. And now everyone's just jumping on this bandwagon, oh, AI is the future, and no, it's not. We need to teach it to be the future.
Yeah. Yeah. A friend of mine said, listen, it's not AI is going to take a job. It's the guy who knows how to use AI. I don't know if that's motivational, but
it's depressing mostly.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. But AI kind of crazy. So let's be better with it and use it for the right reasons, and also sign contracts that say we can't use AI for voice acting and stuff, because that's fucked up. That's kind of crazy. Absolutely. Stop it.
Yeah.
Put itch.io back and leave it alone, Funko. I say as I have my fucking King Dice Funko Pop sitting on the desk right here. The fuck. Anywho, but yeah, let us know your thoughts on the itch.io thing, or if any other information comes up, be sure to fill in the comments. As we move on to our next headline here, which I won't lie, didn't expect to get into this topic today on the podcast, but here we are. Quote, extremely ironic suspect in United Healthcare CEO slaying played video game killer, friends recall. This one is from Alicia Victoria Lozano over on NBC News. Luigi Mangiani, I apologize, I'm not pronouncing her name right, I'm sorry. Who was arrested and charged with murder in the shooting death of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson, once belonged to a group of Ivy League gamers who played assassins in members of the group, told NBC News. In the game called Among Us, some players are secretly assigned to be killers in space who perform other tasks while trying to avoid, don't make me laugh, trying to avoid suspicion from other players. Alejandro Romero, who attended the University of Pennsylvania with Mangiani, was a member of the same Discord group, said he was shocked when news came to social media that Mangiani had been taken into police custody. Quote, I just found it extremely ironic that, we were in this game and there could actually be a true killer among us, he said. As soon as this photo,
see what he did there.
It's fucking crazy, dude. I have thoughts, and I want to unpack this in a minute. The quote continues, as his photo and name popped up on X, my friend texted me asking if I knew him. And then either I was calling some 10 friends or they were calling me, Romero added. I didn't speak to anybody today who wasn't already aware of what had happened. Among Us is a child-friendly whodunit game in which a group of friends run around several space station-like maps. The crewmates, who are simply drawn, cartoonish-looking astronauts, run around the ship completing tasks. I'm of two minds of this.
Okay.
It's been a minute since I've heard an old head be like, I told you, video games make kids violent. Don't let my kids play Grand Theft Auto because they're going to end up killing their neighbor. Like, there's that, right? There is the mob of old heads who are going to go after Among Us to be like, yeah, you got this healthcare man killed because you let your kid play that Among Us, whatever, right? Mm-hmm. And at the same time, it is how foolish it sounds for it to be like, oh man, this kid, he played Among Us, so he killed a man. Like,
yeah,
it's insane to me. I'm insane. Baffled.
You want to know how I heard about this today?
How'd you hear about this today?
Someone on Blue Sky just wrote, I'm sending all of my love to Victoria Tran today. Victoria
Honestly,
Tran being the community manager for Inner Sloth.
Yeah, she's gonna need it.
Yeah,
she's gonna need it.
I do think she actually posted earlier tonight. Let me check if I can find it.
Yeah, I bet. Are you looking Blue Sky or are you looking X?
Blue Sky, yeah.
Okay, I'll check X real quick. Twitter. Yeah, dude, that's insane. Because we were at PAX Unplugged, which was really fun, by the way. Thank you so much for PAX for sending me. But
I found her, her Blue Sky tweet.
What'd she say? Yeah, whichever one.
It says ... LOL LMAO. I think that's the correct way to react.
Yeah, that's really funny. I'm seeing the Among Us page just tweeted out,
That's pretty sus, though.
That's so funny, dude. That's crazy. That's crazy. No, obviously there's, severity in the whole conversation. No one should be taking anybody's life, et cetera, et cetera. And I don't want anyone laughing at the absurdity of including Among Us in this conversation to think we're any kind of dark-hearted humans thinking, this guy died. But yeah, I was in Philadelphia catching a train when this news broke, and I found out because the CEO of McDonald's announced the snack wraps are coming back next year. And I'm like, okay. And then I was seeing TikToks of just all right, guys, the snack wraps are coming back. But with the dude with a gun to his head, I'm like, what? I mean, yeah, and I'm excited. I want those snack wraps back to. I used to be in my college lunch. I'd get 3 of those and be like, let's go, baby. But yeah, I was so confused. And then a friend explained about the healthcare CEO thing going on, and humans being like, honestly, at this point, fuck the 1%. Like, ain't no holding back anymore. I'm like, I ain't gonna be the one pulling the trigger. But I could have been one of the employees being like, oh no, I didn't see anything. Crazy.
Did you see that the day after, Elon Musk suddenly brought his son along to this big meeting? His son, who he never spends time with, and now all of a sudden he's a proud father, a family man.
Yikes! Like, I don't know if I'm more concerned that he's bringing his son as a meat shield, or that he's putting his child in danger. That's really weird, Elon.
But
remember
Elon
when we used to like Elon?
weird.
Remember when Elon was the really awkward, chill guy? We're like, oh, he likes video games. That's fun. And then he became this.
I was never on the Elon train.
Fair enough. That's valid. That's valid.
I had this one teacher in college
Yeah.
who was just obsessed with Elon Musk. Like, he's the genius of our times. And I'm like, no, he invested wisely.
Yeah.
He's not the one doing all of the inventing. He's just the guy who makes money off of it.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah.
What a fucking world we live in. You guys got room in Belgium? Because, like, America ain't doing so hot.
Oh, Belgium's not doing so hot.
Okay. Fair enough. We'll make a new country or something.
Remember when I told you about St. Nicholas?
Yes.
That's the discussion is going. It went again. Like, so many people were like, "Oh my God, stop whining about it. Just let them be black." Like,
oh man.
Let's talk about something more fun.
Let's talk about something more fun.
Is there, like for example, is there a game that you enjoy that might be getting a sequel soon?
Tofr, we're getting Moonlighter 2, baby! Woo! So, listen, there's nothing to read here. We're getting Moonlighter 2, baby. I made a TikTok about it. I forget, I was recording a redacted thing I can't talk about yet last week. And I finished recording, like, bet, let me go get a drink. I walked out to the kitchen, I pulled up my phone, the first thing I had was Wario 64, like, Moonlighter 2 announced. I'm walking out in my socks, and I went, what the? And I popped a Yui, slipped, and came back here to find the trailer. There was no trailer at the time, it was just the screenshots. But, brother! Oh my God, 2025 is gonna be my year, dude!
Oh yeah.
If Yacht Club announces the next Shovel Knight gets a release date, I'm cooked.
You haven't heard yet.
Don't you do this to me. You shut your mouth. You stop. Listen, I know we're getting it, but if I find out it's coming, oh. Can you imagine a world where 3 of my favorite indie games, Shovel Knight, Cuphead, and Moonlighter, would all get sequels or some kind of spin-off game in the same year, and I just build my favorite games sequel list for 20? I can't do it. It won't happen. I can't establish that for myself. Anyway, if somehow you haven't heard me talk about Moonlighter, you run a shop and then you go into Dungeons at Night to get stuff to sell in the shop, and then you pick the prices and everything. But we're getting a sequel. You're continuing to play as Will from the first game, but this one has gone from the top-down pixel art into a more isometric 3D kind of thing. But it's still got the same vibe, the same style. It looks absolutely gorgeous. I can't wait to play it. I'm really excited. He looks so good. I can't wait. I'm very excited. I'm jazzed. I have, as we get into the new year, we're doing our most anticipated for 2025 video, and this immediately jumped to like the top of that list. So spoilers for next year when that episode comes out. But like, dude, oh man, you excited for Moonlighter?
I am. I was surprised that they moved away from the pixel art, because I thought that was one of the biggest selling points of that game.
Yeah, I think so too.
But I do like how they managed to keep the exact same vibe while moving to a different art style.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I am interested, right? Because we still have Cataclysmo, which is in early access, right? And maybe it's separate divisions of, or I guess I'm thinking, no, Cataclysmo is Digital Sun, yeah? Not just 11-bit?
Yeah,
okay, I thought so. So I don't know if we plan to have a 1.0 before we get any more news on Moonlighter 2. That was really interesting to me. That was probably the first thought that I had. because I haven't even touched Cataclysma, which is so strange for me that I haven't touched the Digital Sun game yet.
Really?
Yeah, I played so much Mage Seeker, and then this dropped in early access with who knows what else came out, and I just didn't get around to it. Back to the conversation of like, I got keys for this, but not keys for this, so I kind of had to, which one took my priority, and then here we are. But like, it doesn't matter if I get a key for Moonlighter. I hope I talk about Moonlighter enough that I receive a key for Moonlighter, but if I don't, I'm buying Moonlighter, whatever deluxe edition comes out on day one, because it's Moonlighter. I have a little stress ball of the slime in the closet. I'd go get it, but this is already going to be a long episode and it's late for you, so we're not going to keep dilly-dallying. But, Moonlighter. Can't wait. So excited. So fucking excited.
I was so happy for you. Like,
Yeah.
The first thing I thought about when I saw the news was like, does Danny know?
Yeah. I was so excited. Oh my god. I like being the Moonlighter guy. I'll be the Moonlighter guy. I'll stand on the hill of Moonlighter. I mean, you might listen. I'm just saying, and knock on wood, I'm sure this won't be the case. But if something comes out, we're like, I'm not even gonna will it into existence. If something bad happens with Moonlighter and everyone's boycotting and stuff, I will stand on the hill and be like, you guys respect this game. You show love to Moonlighter. You stay right there. There's nothing wrong with these games. I digress. But, yeah, guys, Moonlighter 2. Expect me to talk a whole lot about it when it comes out. But for now, that is all of our indie news. And we got to get to the topic of the show because Tofr's prepared something for all of us today. Tofr, yes. You want to take control here and run with it?
Hell yes. Welcome to the first edition of the Playlog Quiz of the Year. We are going to take a look back at the games and the podcast episodes of the past year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
To start things off, I'm going to give you a question that you can think about during the rest of the quiz. And I'll need the answers after the final round.
Okay.
So, the title of this round is The Fanboy Question to Kick Things Off.
Oh, easy.
Yeah. Your favorite indie publisher, Devolver, released 11 games this year.
11?
Yeah. Name all of them. Now, because every round needs to have a score out of 10, and there's 11 games, the thing is, there are 2 games that belong to the same franchise. So if you give me the franchise name, that's fine.
I gotta start writing some. Go ahead.
Another hint.
Yep.
One of the games got its 1.0 release after some time in early access. So that might ring some bells. I don't know. But I'm going to give you a couple of moments to write down your first thoughts.
For sure. Get that one.
And everyone at home, feel free to play along because I want to see who can beat Danny at this.
Sure there's 11 of them?
11. I checked, I double checked, I triple checked.
What the fuck were they releasing this year?
I think just over half of them released in the first half of the year.
I got 4. I got 4 on lock. I'm trying to think of the early access one. I'm trying to think of the same franchise one.
Okay.
You said this is the one I have for the rest of the episode? Like I can think of?
Yeah. So while you think that over, let's go into the indies that made 2024.
Okay. Do I have to write these ones too, or am I just answering these ones?
No, you're just answering these ones.
Okay.
These questions, there are 10 questions here. They're all multiple choice.
Good deal.
So you get a point if you get the correct answer. You get 0 points if you get it wrong.
Okay.
So, first off, I have a question about the podcast instead of games.
Easy.
Yeah. Obviously, we have a lot to talk about in this podcast. But which episode saw us go on the longest? Is it A, episode 5, the Indie Game Draft?
Ooh.
B, episode 13, the Steam Next Fest Spring Edition? C, episode 19, the Night in the Woods Book Club? Or D, episode 32, the Steam Next Fest Fall Edition? Now, an extra hint, all of these are over 2 hours long.
Yeah, sounds about right. Sounds about right. Let me think.
What are you thinking? Give me your thoughts.
It could be Night in the Woods. Right? My first thought is roll out Night in the Woods. I could easily see the Next Fest and the draft being the longest. But also, it was our first book club where we probably didn't know when to shut up. So I could see that being the longest. But we only done 2 Next Fest podcasts, right? You said spring and the summer one?
Spring and fall.
Or fall, yeah.
Yeah.
And so that would have been... I feel like our fall one would have been shorter. Because I'm trying to think of the thumbnail, right? Because I can see Dino Cop, I can see Rivals of Ether, and then I think of the spring one, and I'm seeing Bow Path of Teal Lotus. I think Angerfoot was on there.
But the thing is, were we as organized back in the days of the spring edition?
I don't think we were.
So.
And then the other one was the draft, which was really long.
I'm gonna need you to lock it in.
Yeah, let's go with the draft. I'm gonna say it was the draft.
The draft. Oh, that's close. That's the second longest.
Damn it. Was it spring?
The fall edition.
Our fall was longer?
Yeah, we went on for 2 hours and 28 minutes.
We got unorganized. Damn. Fair enough.
All right. After 8 years, developer Hello Games celebrated their game No Man's Sky finally getting which Steam review rating? Mixed, positive, very positive, or overwhelmingly positive? It was the first time in those 8 years that they reached this milestone. And it has to be overall reviews, not recent reviews.
Okay. I want to say overwhelmingly positive. But then there's the when you get a bad grade in school, like one bad grade tanks the score, but like how well could they get back? But if people change their score, they could fix it. I'll go with the gut. We'll stick overwhelmingly. It was very, close. Wasn't it? It was very, wasn't it? God damn it!
I did try to make this challenging. So.
I get it. It's working. Because I knew I was in the right headspace too, but I went with it. Damn it. Okay.
The recent reviews are overwhelmingly positive.
Okay. But overall, we're just at very okay. What else did Devolver release?
So, the Indie Game Awards, which will be held for the first time next week, and which we are judges for.
Yeah, we are, baby.
They featured plenty of games that we love. However, one game that I absolutely adored this year was missing from the narrative category for some reason. Which one? Is it A,
Tactical Breach Wizards,
B, Caravan Sandwich, D, Mouthwashing, or D, 1,000 Times Resist?
A, Tactical Breach Wizards.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it's got it, baby. We on the board.
You've been paying attention.
What can I say, man? Sometimes we clock out, but that's just because my brain don't work sometimes.
All right.
This Devolver one's gonna piss me off. I'm gonna be like, how did I forget this one? Because I'm thinking about the ones came out. Games came out in 2024, right? I'm not underthinking it. I'm not gonna be like Gunbrella was 2020. Like, okay.
It's all of them are in 2024.
Baby Steps isn't out yet. Skate Story got delayed. Gunbrella was last year.
If I remember correctly, like 3 of them were in January or something. If that can help.
Maybe. I'm still plugging away at it. All right, we can keep going.
Yeah. Let's go to the next question. Usually, early access titles don't get nominated for awards at the Jeff Keighley Awards. However, one indie managed to sneak in a couple of nominations despite not getting a 1.0 release yet. Which one is it? Is it A, Cataclysmo, B, Windblown, C, Hades 2, or D, Manor Lords?
Manor Lords, baby. We remember freaking out about that one. Being like, how'd you get in here?
Exactly.
Because you're like, it was the strategy one, right? We're like, oh, they probably didn't have a lot of choices, so they said 1.0. But then we're like, but Hades didn't get nominated for anything? Now we're breaking the rules, Jeff. But yeah, Manor Lords.
Jeff and Indies, it's just...
Come on, Jeff, what are we doing?
So, Blue Sky has been a breath of fresh air in the social media landscape.
So good, so
but
good.
Which of the following accounts has the highest number of followers right now?
Oh no.
Is it So Many Games, the site I write reviews for? Is it CGDannyB? Is it Play Nice Kids? Or is it Playlog Podcast?
So I know I'm in like the 700s, right? Because I've surpassed my Twitter, which thank you, Blue Sky. You're so much nicer over here. Those starter packs are great. Yeah. I don't think it. Now listen, I won't lie. I made the Playlog account, and I kind of just check in once a week to post the video, go back to my account, repost, and then move on. So like, I assume that one's still lower. I wouldn't be surprised we're still at double digits. I can't say I've checked yours. You might be a sneaky Blue Sky aficionado and be like 10K followers. I don't know. And So Many Games is a recent follower, like refollow. So I don't know if I have the number in my head. And I'm not going to sound egotistical, but I'm going to say I have more followers than So Many Games. So I think it's me.
It is you.
Let's go!
It is you indeed.
I'm insane, baby. Follow me on Blue Sky.
And follow Playlog Podcast because we are indeed still in the double digits.
Absolutely, baby. That's what we gotta get higher. I'm looking in this room, dog. What did Devolver make? They didn't make Potionomics. They didn't make Dustborn. The fuck else came out this year? I still have my 4. I'm about to pull up the email list. I'm about to pull out my newsletter.
Let's distract you with some more questions.
Okay.
According to SteamDB.info, which holds all sorts of interesting Steam database information, which is the most wishlisted indie game yet to release? Is it A. Inzoi, B. Light No Fire, C. Hollow Knight Silksong, or D. Slay the Spire 2?
Somewhere in the back of my head, I remember seeing something about Light No Fire being like the most wishlisted game. I don't know if I'm making that up. I don't know if that was one of those weird, like, it's the most wishlisted game in 24 hours. And it's like not overall, right? What's the first one?
Inzoi, the Sims-like.
Oh, wait. That might be it. Because then it was Silksong, which would be like obviously that's the one. And then what was the last one?
Slay the Spire 2.
I hate myself if I go back. Yeah, let's go the Sims one. Inzoi is that one.
Inzoi?
Yeah.
Second place.
God damn it. Was it
It was Hollow Knight Silksong.
Was Hollow Knight? Okay. We underestimated.
So,
hey, play Hollow Knight Book Club.
Silksong is the third most wishlisted game overall on Steam.
Okay.
Inzoi is in 5th place, Light No Fire is in 7th place, and Slay the Spire 2 is in 14th place.
Okay. Damn. I gotta see that full list.
Yeah. It's I had never been on that website before, but it does have some really cool features.
We like the stats, baby.
Yeah. Because the next question also has to do with Steam database.
Bam.
It's no surprise that Balatro is the highest rated 2024 indie game on Steam with a 96.78 positive rating.
That's pretty
good. Which game
sits
in 2nd place?
Okay.
Is it A. Web Fishing, B. Black Myth Wukong, C. Fields of Mystria, or D. Tiny Glade?
I think Tiny Glade and what was the first one?
Web Fishing.
I've heard great things about both of those, but I think they're still both small enough that it might not. Well, I might make it. Say the question again for me. I'll make sure I have it phrased right in my head.
So, Balatro is the highest rated game with a 96.78% positive rating. But which game sits in 2nd place? So it's the percentage-wise that you have to think.
Right, because like if Web Fishing has
the number of reviews, it's the
Yeah, because it has 5 reviews and everyone said positive. It's like, that's 100%, baby.
If you want, I can look on Steam and see how many reviews each of these games have. if that can help you.
Maybe, but it might be too easy for me. It might give it away. You know what I mean? It might be like, Danny, we cheated for Danny. We should all cheat for Danny. I agree, we should all cheat for Danny. But my gut did go Fields of Mystria because I remember that being really high on Steam. So okay. I'll just go with Fields of Mystria.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's wrong.
Damn it.
They're in third place.
Okay.
I actually set them in order. So web fishing.
Okay.
Yeah, web fishing only has 0.09% less than Balatro.
Wow. How many reviews does it have?
44,000.
Holy shit.
Yeah. That game popped off.
Go web fishing.
Yeah, absolutely. So Black Myth Wukong was in second place.
Okay.
Fields of Mystria in third, and Tiny Glade in fourth.
See, I almost went with Black Myth Wukong because I know that had like 1 million players in like 10 minutes, but that doesn't equate to review score, so I don't want to go that way. But
maybe that logic can help you with the next question.
Okay.
Because the next question is, which of these games released in the past year has the record for the highest all-time peak concurrent players? Is it A, Palworld, B, Black Myth Wukong, C, Content Warning, or D, Path of Exile 2?
I know a lot of people have been talking about Path of Exile 2 lately. I've not seen numbers on that one, so I don't know how much that's changed. I think it...
throw in a wild card there.
Yeah. I think it... Oh, God. Palworld was doing the damn thing. Well, it was Palworld, Black Myth. What was the other one? And then Path of Exile?
Content Warning.
Content Warning. See, I made my video on Content Warning, and the amount of comments I got, of course I saw this after April Fool's. Now I don't get to play. Like, I could see that one not having the numbers because people didn't want to spend the $8 to play it. Plus, they stopped updating it, so it was just like, there's nothing new, and that's the end of the game.
They stopped? Oh, I didn't know that.
I think they were like, we're going to put it on hold because it's like, this was the typical April Fool's joke we do every year, but also like, we're not ending updates. We're just not working on updates at this time, or something to the effect like that. I might be paraphrasing. So I'm really between Black Myth and Palworld. And I'm thinking because Palworld was the multiplayer powerhouse, and it was like, for a single player game, Black Myth Wukong surpassed it. So I'm going to stick with Palworld.
That's such a shame.
Damn it.
Black Myth Wukong.
I hate this game. You have the numbers?
Black Myth Wukong had 2.4 million, and Palworld had 2.1 million.
Damn it. Of course it did.
Close, but yeah.
Oh, throw my sticky notes. Sorry.
Okay, the penultimate question for the first round.
Oh boy.
2024 kicked off with a very strong lineup of releases in January, but which game released first? Was it A, Lil Guardsman, B, Palworld, C, Enshrouded, or D, Turnip Boy Robs a Bank?
It definitely wasn't Palworld. I'm pretty sure Lil Guardsman was the last game that came out that month, like, on my radar.
Okay.
I know for a fact Turnip Boy Robs a Bank was the first game I reviewed this year.
Okay.
I didn't touch Enshrouded. So that's where I'm just like, I don't know if that came out. I played Turnip Boy and then everyone talked about Enshrouded, or what happened there. But I'm going to go with Turnip Boy.
Yes!
Let's get it, baby! Correct. Chat, play Turnip Boy Robs a Bank. That game rocks.
It released on January 18th, one day before Palworld.
Let's get it, baby.
Lil Guardsman releasing January 23rd, and Enshrouded the 24th.
Okay, cool. That's my boy. I can't wait to see. I hope it's just Turnip Boy commits a murder next. I want to see what that little man's getting into. I want to see what chaos he doing.
All right, the final multiple choice question.
Alrighty.
We live in the glorious timeline where indie game sequels are an actual thing.
Sure is.
But which of these titles is not a 2024 sequel?
Ooh.
Is it A, Chicken Police Into the Hive, B, The Rise of the Golden Idol, C, Wilmot's Warehouse, or D, Aerial Knights We Never Yield?
Which of these is not a 2024 sequel?
Yeah. I can give you a slight hint. The correct answer got a sequel this year, but with a different title.
Oh, so one of the titles was wrong.
Yeah.
Got it.
Like maybe that's an extra clue, but
okay.
The correct answer is the title of the first game in the series.
Got it. Okay.
So I'll go over them again. Chicken Police Into the Hive.
That you reviewed that one. That's the new one.
Yeah. The Rise of the Golden Idol.
Was that the first one?
Wilmot's Warehouse.
That's new. I got a key for that one. Didn't play it. I'm so sorry.
Aerial Knights We Never Yield.
No, wait, no, because it's Wilmot Works It Out or something. That's the new one.
You sure?
I think so. Well, sorry, I got my head. What was the fourth one again? No, what was Aerial Knights? What was Aerial Knights?
Aerial Knights We Never Yield.
Okay, We is the sequel. I'm gonna go with Wilmot. Wilmot's the one that's not the
Correct.
sequel. Let's go. Okay, let's go, baby.
Danny works it out.
Yeah, Danny works it out.
So that means you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points out of 10.
So I got the key for Wilmot. And I was like, I gotta play this one, and then I just got away from me. I'm like, oh shoot, I didn't play it. Oh man, hell yeah, let's run it. Let's run it. I still have 4 Devolver games. What the fuck did they release?
So the next round is everything Playlog and CGDannyB.
Well, that's me.
Yeah. You should rock this.
I'll try.
The very first write-in question to the podcast was asked by Cartoon Burb. They asked us which indie game we would force everyone to play if we could. What were our answers? Half a point per correct answer.
I think I said Celeste.
That's correct.
What did you say? Mutazione comes to mind. Disco Elysium comes to mind.
There is one game that I have repeatedly said that it's like the indie game alongside Celeste.
The indie game. I mean, Hades is on there, but I don't think you said Hades. The indie game.
It was a game that, like, to me, encompassed everything that indie game can be. And I have mentioned it quite a bit. We've had some conversations.
Because, like, Slay the Spire, right? Is like, but then, like, for whatever reason, my brain is just like, Tofr totally said a short hike. That's absolutely what Tofr said. That's the only thing he could have said. All I can see is a short hike, and that's not the answer. Yeah, I'll go Slay the Spire.
It was Night in the Woods.
I fucking knew that.
You did know that.
I did know that. Damn it. I knew that.
But you got 1 out of 2.
Yeah. Guys, play Celeste and Night in the Woods. Good games. Listen to our book club. I turned the fan off. That was a poor mistake. Sorry if you heard it in the microphone. The Tofr can't, so I assume y'all can't.
The Playlog podcast has been a lot of fun to do together. However, a couple of times I had to sit out an episode because of reasons. How many Playlog episodes have you done without me?
So, there was the Jacob episode for the Playdate. There was the Windblown episode with Kanai and Connor. I'm trying to think. I know I've done like filler segments of like, let me talk with this person for a little bit, but they weren't without you. Mm-hmm. I assume those don't count. Those aren't separate. Like,
no.
Okay.
It's the ones where I just wasn't there.
See, I'm like going down the list to 40. I'm like, we did that. Indie Maniac was a guest and didn't replace you. Daphne was a guest and didn't replace you. trying to think all my podcast friends that haven't been on the show yet that I have not invited on yet, so they wouldn't have been here. It was just Jacob. I think it's just the two, the Windblown and the Playdate.
Locking that in?
Yeah.
It's 3.
3. What else did I miss?
The very first episode.
Oh, the PAX one counts. Ah.
It's like I use YouTube as a reference, and that says episode 1.
That's fair. That's fair. Oh, I wasn't thinking about that. I was like, since Tofr got, yeah, that's valid. Yeah, it's 3. Shit.
So, we're obviously both very grateful to have a great audience that listens to us ramble about indie games every week.
Love you guys. Leave that 5-star review.
Sadly for me, though, our most popular episode on YouTube is one of the episodes that did not feature me. Which episode was that? So you had the PAX episode, the Playdate episode, and the Windblown episode.
All right. Well, the Playdate's niche enough that I don't think it's that one. Unless somehow Jacob's audience was like, I love Jacob McCourt. The Windblown one, I remember watching struggle. I was like, why is this not doing better? So I'm going to assume it was the PAX one.
Okay. It was the Windblown one.
Really? Did it do better then? It must have got better.
On YouTube, that's the one that got the most views.
Okay. Let's go Windblown. Hey, way to step it up. You guys are really dropping the ball on that one at first. That had like 5 views for the first like 3 days. I was pissed. Oh, hell yeah. Right. Let's go Windblown. Good game.
In the Playlog podcast, we have reacted to plenty of indie showcases. Like, a really big number of them. At times, it seemed like a new one popped up every other week. However, which was the first showcase we covered together in the podcast?
I'm trying to remember if it was the III initiative or if it was the crazy, like, Opening Night Live and Wholesome Direct and, like, Guerrilla Collective or something. It was like, the thumbnail was like the demo disc of, like, 100+ demos. Yeah. But I think that was after III. So I think III was the first one.
Hell yes.
Let's go! Know yourself, team. Know yourself. But I don't know Devolver. What the fuck?
Okay, the next one is a pretty simple question. How many book club episodes have we recorded so far?
So it'd be Night in the Woods, Kentucky Route Zero, Moonstone Island. We just did Sable. Did I skip one in there? What else did I think? I had to skip something. What did I miss? I'm trying to think. What did we play? Because Night in the Woods. I hated Kentucky Route Zero. Moonstone Island was the palate cleanser. There was something else in there. Spiritfarer. Sable was just the 5. That sounds like I'm still missing one, but I'm not thinking of any. I'll go 5.
Correct.
Let's go.
And you named all of them.
Ah! I knew there was something. I'm like, there was something between Moonstone Island and Sable. What? I'm skipping a month, and I didn't organize them in my head by month. So I'm like, oh, when did we start the first one? I was like, May, June, July. I don't know. Yeah. Bet. Yeah. Spiritfarer. Oh, you slipping a little bit. I got you though. I got you.
In episode 9, viewer Every Noodle asked us which indie would be the next big hit. This episode aired on May 23rd, so we were talking about games that released after that date. You picked The Plucky Squire, I went for 9 Souls. Which of these games has gathered more Steam reviews?
Ooh.
So basically, who of us was right?
I know 9 Souls was underappreciated this year. I know enough people didn't play 9 Souls. My question is, did enough people play Plucky Squire on PC? because like a lot of I played it on PlayStation. It was on PlayStation Plus, so I'm like I was obviously there. Plucky Squire's Giving Console. I feel like even though it was unappreciated, I think it might be 9 Souls.
You are correct.
Okay, let's go, baby.
Now, the difference between the two is quite big.
Oh, yeah?
Because 9 Souls has 17,000 reviews.
Okay.
The Plucky Squire has 1,500.
Wow. Holy
so
shit.
I'm hoping that it's a console game mostly.
Yeah. Yeah, I know a lot. Like, anyone that I know who has played it or even started has played it through PlayStation Plus that I've spoken to. And directly about it, yeah, but wowza. Sorry, yo. Guys, if you played it on Steam, leave a review, would you please? Thank you.
Yeah. It's a great game by a great publisher.
Yeah. It's on the list. I have that one. I have that one.
So, people who watch the video version of this podcast do so over on your YouTube channel. But your most viewed video this year has been a review of a certain game. Which game?
Little Kitty Big City did really well. I'm trying to think if anybody else did. Turnip Boy did decent, but it was also like early in the year, kind of niche one. I don't think Tiny Terry did super great.
I'm gonna give you a hint.
Okay.
It was the first half of the year.
Okay. And that doesn't include like Playlog review of. It's like just my independent review one. Okay.
CGDannyB review.
Okay.
I think. Let me check something.
Sure.
Hang on.
Trying to think. I just went through like the thumbnails of my reviews this year. Look at which ones I did. It was Arca would have been later half. I'm thinking early half there would have been Creatures of Ava might have skirted between, but we're talking Little Kitty Big City. We're talking Tiny Terry's Turbo Chip. Turnip Boy Robs a Bank. Berserk Boy, which was niche enough. I don't think that was probably the best performing.
It was before there was a Playlog podcast.
Okay. That checks out. Because we started that in May, June, July, August, September, October. At some point. Chad, how many weeks ago was 40 weeks? Yeah, I'll stick with Little Kitty Big City. No. Which one was it?
It was Ultros.
Oh, shit. That one did do really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It had the most views.
Damn, but I do remember people argue with me something about the Metroidvania stuff. Like, they were trying to question the genre that I gave, and I'm like, it's what's on the Steam page, Nimrod. I'm not going to question what the developers made, idiot. Yeah, Ultros was fun. Ooh, Ultros was this year. Interesting.
Yes, it was.
Damn.
At times, it seemed like we were mentioning another indie studio closing every single week in our quick indie news section.
Sure were.
But what episode, just the number of the episode, featured our first mention of a studio closing? And I have a hint for you. The studio featured was Possibility Space.
I don't remember who that is. I forget which one that is.
I had to look them up as well.
That sounds easily single digits, right? It have to be. So let's confidently, that was episode 9.
It was episode 4.
Damn. Okay. Who the fuck's Possibility Space?
Okay. In episode 17. Oh, I'll let you have a look first.
Yeah. Possibility Space, video game development, Undead Labs, video game developers. Where are your games? You don't list your games on here. Who the fuck are you? Looks like Possibility Space is shut down. All the coworkers. You're not telling me anything. I just want a quick image of their game. What game did you make? This isn't helpful. Okay, moving on. I'm stalling. This isn't helping.
In episode 17, we matched indie developers with AAA IPs.
Okay.
Friend of the show Jacob McCourt was impressed by one of my picks, claiming that it had big Metal Gear Acid vibes. Which IP did I link to which developer? I need both answers for a point.
Fuck. You gave Metal Gear to the... Do you need... If I say the game that they made, is that... Are you like... No.
I'll give you the point if you give me the game they made.
Then Citizen Sleeper.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Jump
Run
over
it,
the
baby.
apes. Yeah.
Jump over the... Yep, that's it.
Nice.
Oh, shit! Hold on. I remember another Devolver game.
Nice.
That was like our first episode. I did not write that one down. Okay, we're good.
Okay. And the final question of this round.
Okay.
Friend of the show Daphne wrote in episode 9 giving us her 2 favorite indie games. One of which obviously was Spiritfarer, which we covered in the book club episode she joined us for.
Okay.
What was the other game she mentioned?
Reach me again. I got this.
You want me to read it again?
Yes, please.
So, Daphne wrote in giving her 2 favorite indie games. One of which was Spiritfarer. What was the other game she mentioned? And I'll give you a hint. It was the game that got her back into gaming. If I remember correctly.
You said the one she wrote in with which one? That you did read the name for?
Spiritfarer.
Because that would have been the one. I'm like, that's the one that got her back in the game. She said that on the podcast. She said in the episode she was on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Binding of Isaac.
Yeah.
Score, baby.
Let's see. That's 1, 2.
Always ready,
3,
baby.
4,
Always
5.
ready.
5.5 out of 10. Nice.
Was Cosmic Will Sisterhood last year?
Was which game last year?
Cosmic Will Sisterhood?
That was last year.
Fuck. I was like, was that the beginning of this year? I don't know.
Okay, so the next round is the picture round.
Okay.
So I'm gonna need you. I created this quiz not realizing that I couldn't show pictures in a podcast. So we'll have to describe the pictures.
I can. Hold on. I'm half peek. I haven't pulled up. I could just screen share and we could see it. Yeah. Or am I supposed to like not?
Yep.
Okay. Cool. Because I can just.
People who are watching on YouTube.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You're talking. Okay, for audio guys, got it.
For audio people, so this one is a small plot of land with some buildings on it, along a train track in the middle of an ocean, and there's this tiny little guy.
A tiny little man over there. Some of that little guy. There's probably a name for this little guy. I just need to give the name of the game.
Yeah.
This is just little ooblets, baby. Little ooblets.
Is that your final answer? Despite the gorgeous in the right hand corner there. Oh my god! You're right. I said ooblets. That was almost terrible. I realized what I said after. I'm glad you asked because I said ooblets, totally thinking gordlets, and I was like, I said the right one, Tofr. Ooblets is a different game. I said the wrong one. We're good. I thought you were like just.
That would have been bad. I would have been so pissed at myself. I'm like, no, I know what I meant. It's Gordlets, not Ooblets. Ooblets is the other one. That's a little more Pokemon-y.
All right, moving on to image number 2.
All right, I'm in charge.
Yeah. Oh! So here we have a man holding a slightly see-through woman.
This was the Don't Nod one. Beholders, Beyonders.
Oh, so close.
It's something. Fuck, I didn't get to this one. I didn't get to play this one. I remember covering it in the video though. Doing like, oh, this month you can play this game for Don't Nod. It's about some people doing things and finding spirits and talking to the people in the town.
What do they do with the spirits?
They talk to them, Tofr. They talk to I don't know. I didn't play. I don't know what they do.
What do they do that starts with a B?
I don't know. I don't know what they do. They beckon to them. They. I got nothing.
No guess?
I got Beyonders. That's all I got.
It's Banishers.
Banishers. Fuck. Yeah. New Eden. If I heard the New Eden, I would have built it. Damn it. Yeah. We get it. All right. That's chat's fault.
Let's move on to
next.
The third picture then.
Hey.
This is a very yellow image.
It is.
A lot of tiles and a girl, I think, running on them. Do you have any idea which game?
Yes, this is Arranger, a role puzzling adventure. Did a review on this one. Fun game.
Yes.
I like Arranger. Arranger's fun. I sat here looking at it. I was like, I don't think it's like top 10 game of the year for me, but like it's a fun one. I recommend people play this one.
I think it's a bit underappreciated.
100%. Absolutely. Shout out to Papa Agenda for getting me a key for this one. I don't know how long we have to say that after like we've played the game, but like I feel like I have to keep a list now like 10 years from now where I'm just like, oh yes, I did receive a key for Neva. If I don't say it, they're like, to jail. I don't know the rules. I don't know the FTC rules.
I get it. All right, the next image, please.
Here
we have a very anime boy with an anime bird.
Woo! That was a doozy. That's my boy Berserk Boy also received a key for this one. It's important to note. I don't know.
Nice. This is your round.
Yeah, this one was like super niche. I think compared to like I remember finding about this game, wishlisting it, and then I got like, you want a review key? Yes. But like I don't remember seeing a lot of people talk about this game before it came out, but it's really cool. If you like Mega Man X, like specifically, it's kind of like that. You swap between different like fire, ice, shit like that, earth. It's really cool.
Yeah. Then we go to the next one. Here we have two women in the front of the car driving somewhere. In a very cartoony. Not cartoony. Yeah, it's a cartoon vibe.
Yeah. On your way, on the path, on your tails, open roads.
Yeah.
There we go. I'm like, that one turned to think about that one.
Dang.
I haven't played this one yet. I have to play this one.
You're scoring all of the points.
Bang, bang, bang. Except Banishers. Stupid.
Then let's move on to the next one.
Bam.
Where we have a group of villagers surrounding like a pond or something where they're fishing. These villagers look like they're not from modern times, but a bit longer ago.
I'm looking at this one and I'm like, this was definitely in some indie world event talking about farming simulators. It looked just like the rest of them. It's not one of the My Time In games. It's not.
I had to sneak one in.
Yeah. It's giving Salem. It's giving Renaissance. It's giving a game I probably have no idea, and I'll be like, "That's what this game's called? Oh shit, I never knew." Try to pull one of the names of a game. I have no idea what it would be. This one is easily. It's easily the Courtyard Collective. I remember that one.
That's correct. No,
it's gone. Yeah, I got nothing on this one.
It's Echoes of Plum Grove.
Plum Grove, got it. I've seen the logo. I don't think I've ever seen. I've probably seen the game, just never together. Okay. So got it. Okay. That Plum Grove.
The next one I think is gonna be an easy one.
Okay. Bop.
It's a very dark image with a skeleton-like figure and some kind of writing.
This is Crypt Master, baby.
Hell yeah.
This has been cool. First time I tried for like the rage baiting thing in like a short, in like a YouTube short, where I did this game uses AI to create whatever conversation, and everyone's like, it's not AI, it's not AI. Everyone keeps saying it's AI. I'm like, I know it's not AI. I wanted to see it, and everyone got all angry. I just wanted to see if it did, but everyone got really mad. So I didn't do that anymore.
Nice.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
Here we have a pink girl holding a hockey stick with some red liquid on it.
Could be anything. Apple juice, not apple juice, fruit punch.
Yeah.
I would say this is hashtag blood.
It is indeed.
Another banger, another good one. I like hashtag blood. No chapter select, so I have to do the whole game again if I want to get the platinum, which that kind of sucked because I missed a collectible, but fun game.
Yeah.
Oh look!
Next up, we have a very colorful bird being followed by what looks like fish.
Little fish birds, little buggies, little guys. You can almost say
there's a little guy on the bird.
A little fella. It's almost like they're in some kind of flock. You know?
Oh wow! Yeah. Oh, you just guessed the answer.
I'm just kind of good like that, dude. This whole thing should have been a picture round. I would have killed it.
Yeah. Well, I have bad news. There's only one more picture left.
Oh no!
And then we have to go to the Devolver question.
Ah, fuck.
Unless you're up for doing one more DLC round.
Hell yeah, let's do it. I'm always ready.
Okay.
All right.
So first, let's get the final picture. We have this medieval-looking castle, high in the mountains, I think.
There's a thing where I admitted to not playing it, so I don't know for a fact that's what this one is, but I'm pretty sure this is Cataclysmo.
It is Cataclysmo.
Okay. I was like, I haven't played it yet. I blame Terminal, who didn't give me a key for it. I requested a key and y'all told me to fuck off. But I love digital stuff. I'm about to start going straight to the source. The devs, not these key distribution sites, whatever.
8 out of 10.
Let's go, baby. Hell yeah. What can I say, man? Honestly, this is what brought me back. This is how I won the damn thing.
Okay, so the DLC round it's only a couple of questions. They're slightly easier. I only made this round for if we needed a bit more time for the Devolver question.
Okay.
So the first question is, give me 3 different roguelike deck builders that have released this year.
Okay, sorry, I had to fix OBS. 3 different deck building. Ooh, okay.
Yeah, that released this year.
Does Ballionaire account?
Yep.
Okay. So then, this is where I'm just like deck building, like how Brianna. So
deck building, like it can involve like different mechanics.
Okay.
But as long as it reminds you of like, either it has to be with literal deck building, like Ballionaire is.
Yeah.
Or it has to be like the Slay the Spire-esque games.
So then, Dungeons and Degenerates Gamblers.
Yes.
Is there deck building in Tactical Breach Wizards?
No.
Okay.
But you get another guess.
Early access count?
Yeah, absolutely.
I forget if it is. I think it was actually a full release. Toads of the Bayou.
Yeah.
Let's go, baby. Let's get it. I'm in here.
And that was a full release indeed.
Hell yeah, bet.
Right.
I had another one was like Union of Gnomes or something, but like, I didn't like it very much. But it was the Slay the Spire-esque. But also, I think I was just the demo, so it really doesn't count. But
okay, well, I did release in early access, I think.
Oh, did it? Hell yeah, get to know me.
All right. Then, let's go back to the podcast.
Okay.
What are 3 games that we both played this year and that we discussed on the podcast?
Shim. Europa.
Yep.
I'm like, go down the list. I'm like, nah, he did that. I did that. We did this, and that one. That one. This. That we both played.
You mentioned one.
Pepper Grinder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's 3.
That's 3. Okay, bet. Was that me?
I would have accepted like the book club games as well.
Yeah, it's true. I could have done those. Yeah, I was thinking all the new ones.
All right. I have 2 more questions.
Okay.
Just so you know, like figuring out the Devolver games as well. The penultimate question is: name 3 games that came out in early access this year but haven't gotten a 1.0 release yet.
Now you want me to start rattling, baby? You want Power World? You want Hades 2? You want Beastie Ball? You want Overthrown? You want...
Okay. You got him.
You want Cataclysmo? You want...
Just wanted to check.
There's got to be something else out there. I just missed it.
Right.
You want Fields of Mystria? You... Manor Lords?
Oh, yeah.
I'm done.
Okay, the final question is another multiple choice one, but
Okay.
it has more options than 4.
Okay.
You remember how busy the month of May was for indie releases, even before Hades 2 just shadow dropped and caused anxiety attacks for every other indie dev with a game coming out that month?
Gee, boss. Thanks.
So my question is, which of these games did not release in May?
Okay.
Animal Well, Lorelei and the Laser Eyes, Venture to the Vile, Duck Detective: The Secret Salami, Manor Lords, Athenian Rhapsody, Cryptmaster, Haunty, or Nine Souls?
Just one of them didn't?
Just one of them. That's how insane May was. If you want, I can go through them again.
Yeah, because I put my thumb down for one and then realized that's not going to tell me which one it was. I was like, I don't remember the name.
So the first one was Animal Well.
Okay.
Then we had Lorelei and the Laser Eyes, Venture to the Vile, Duck Detective: The Secret Salami, Manor Lords, Athenian Rhapsody, Cryptmaster, Haunty, or Nine Souls?
I got keys for a lot of those, but I got keys for Venture to the Vile and Duck Detective, and I recall both of those being in June. So I'm like, which one would have been in May? Was Duck Detective June? No.
I can tell you. I'm gonna give you a little hint.
You're
none
wrong.
of the games on the list. None of the games on the list released in June.
Oh, great. Oh, God. I remember emailing back and forth with Fern from Two Player PR, giving me the key and the cool package for Venture the Vile. But was that in May?
Really cool.
It was
That was really cool.
Keep my business cards in that thing now. Man, but was it Venture the Vile? That might have been May. Manor Lords is also on the table. Could have been Manor Lords. But I remember being like, 3 million wish list. What the shit? Because we talked about 2 million. Then the next week was at 3 million. Like, when did this happen?
Mm-hmm.
And that feels like such a summer thing, but none of these came out in June. I'm gonna... Damn it. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Duck Detective.
It was Manor Lords.
Damn it. Yeah, when was Manor Lords?
Manor Lords was, I think, April 28th or something.
April, okay. Jimmy Manor Lords, you don't even count. What if Manor Lords comes out in... If it comes out in May next year, can I get the point back retroactively?
I'll think
We'll talk about it. I'm going to write that down, and when I see Manor Lords 1.0 on May 1st, I'm like, all right, Tofr, let's take it back to episode 39, where I earned my extra point. Manor Lords did come out in May.
Now, let's see how big of a Devolver fan you are.
Okay.
And let's see which games you have. Maybe I might give some hints.
Okay. You said there were 11.
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 8.
Oh, nice.
DLC doesn't count?
Nope.
Okay. Because I had the Cult of Lamb co-op thing. I was like, I don't think that's it. Okay.
Nope.
So, I've got Neva, Angerfoot, the Crush House, the Plucky Squire, Pepper Grinder, Children of the Sun, Phantom Abyss, which would have released in 1.0.
Exactly.
And Talos Principle 2.
Oh.
Was that this year?
Is that a Devolver game?
I think so.
Oh, that was last year.
Oh, was it last year? Fuck!
Yeah.
That seems so right. Okay. So you're out. Okay, so I have 7.
You have 7.
You
don't have the 2 games from the same
I'm
franchise yet.
Struggling on that one. I can't think what that would be.
It's
the same franchise.
I'm gonna try and give you a hint.
Yeah.
I hope it's not giving it away too much, but it's a franchise, and the 2 games that came out this year, one of them is more in a fantasy setting, and another is more of a sci-fi setting. But it's the same franchise.
Definitely didn't give it right away. Ooh. One fantasy and one sci-fi. Devolver. I'm like sitting here thinking about like the new ones they announced, like the Heart Machine collab one, and there was like Force Strike, I think, but those were both 2025.
The other 2 games, I'm gonna like, one of them is a sports game, but a sport that I don't even know if they play it in the US. And the final game is one that I got excited about after I had played Tactical Breach Wizards. That's all the hints I can give you.
It's about after I played Tactical Breach Wizards, they didn't do Toads of the Bayou. They on the sports one. I keep thinking, what the car? That wasn't them either.
I can imagine you not getting the sports one because it's a really tough one, that one.
I keep thinking of what it was like Cricket Through Time. I don't think I was even Devolver. That's old.
I'm gonna give it to you.
Okay.
Because it is Cricket Through the Ages.
Oh shit! Okay, that came out like this year. Like. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me check.
Oh shit!
March 1st.
No shit. I thought that was like 10 years old.
No.
Was it like
on Steam? On Steam, it released on March 1st.
Okay. I was saying maybe it was like a mobile game or something that I like, or maybe like an Apple Arcade type, John. I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay, listen, I'll take it. I'll take the free points, baby. Cricket Through the Ages. So then I'm on. Oh man, I can't think of what would have been the one that came out in the same series. Cause I'm going down like the Devolver album, like Katana Zero. We didn't get anything for Katana Zero this year.
Let me check something.
Yeah. Might have to throw in the towel. I can't keep asking for hints. Here, give me the first 5 letters of each game.
The first 5 letters. I can't do that.
That'd be so. Yeah, I wouldn't be. I would be like, oh, that's easy.
But the thing is that the franchise with the 2 games, the title of the franchise is only 6 letters.
Devolver franchise, like the franchise Devolver have.
I'm gonna give you another hint for that one.
Okay.
It's the final one.
Sure, fair enough. I'll take Mercy.
The first game was just the 6-letter word, the title. The second had a subtitle, Her Majesty. The third game had a subtitle, Game of Thrones. And then there's 2 more games, but I can't give you the subtitles because that might get...
I think I'm picturing the one with like the really simple character art, like the little... Is that even Devolver? No, I don't think that is. I know earlier this year we talked about one. You're like, oh, you knew them. You played them all the time. You played them. You were familiar with them. I wasn't. But I don't think it was the right games. Her Majesty. Yeah, I got nothing on those. I'm gonna have to throw in the towel on those last three. What was the clue for the other one again? The one, not the series one?
This one is a game that I got excited to play after I finished Tactical Breach Wizards.
That immediately gives me Wizard with a Gun, but that was last year because it was in my top 10. Unless it got like a console port. I was like, here it is.
It's nothing like this game. The Devolver game is similar in gameplay to that.
Yeah.
Tactical Wizards. So it's more of a tactical, like XCOM-esque strategy game.
It's either gonna be one I don't know the name, or I'm gonna be like, oh, had no idea it was Devolver. Yeah, I'll throw in the towel. I'll just take what I have: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
You have eight. That's
yeah.
really well done.
You're kind of a baller. Yeah. Which ones did I miss? What's the chaos that I'm fuming about?
So the franchise that you missed is Reigns.
Oh, that's the one. Reign. Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of.
Reigns 3 Kingdoms and Reigns Beyond.
Yeah. Yeah, we were talking about earlier this year. Yeah, with the little like simple faces or whatever. Yep. Yep. Reigns. Damn it.
And the final game is Sumerian 6.
No.
Which is it's this XCOM-esque type of game, but it puts you in, I think, in a war setting, but there's cosmic horror as well.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't think I knew this one. Oh shit. Looks cool.
All right, let's see. That's 8.
Damn. Go back here. Yeah, it's a Jutsu. I was thinking of Possessors. I was thinking of Force Strike. Sticking to the Stick Man wasn't out. Baby Steps. Human Fall Flat 2 wasn't out. Skate Story. Oh, Astroneer might have had its DLC, but it was also DLC. I mean, listen, I want to. Oh, when was Bleak Sword? Was that this year? It was last year? 2023. Damn.
Okay.
I haven't think of Bleak Sword. Well, there we have it. Damn. Close, chat. Close. You guys should have given me my hotline.
So your final total. And I really want to see, like, in the comments if you beat this.
You guys clearly didn't. You Googled.
You scored an impressive 35.5 out of 50.
Okay, that's like a A minus.
I think that's really good.
Yeah, I'll take it.
It was like I struggled a bit.
Yeah.
Like finding the right balance with how difficult to make things.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I'm impressed with how well.
Yeah, no, I think you killed it. I think you did great. Those were like, I came with the expectation, like, I'm gonna flounder this. You're gonna be like, hey, well, which of these games came out with 2 reviews on itch.io, and then when the website imploded, I'm like, I don't know.
No, the thing is, when I make quizzes, I like making quizzes where people know some answers, but not all of them.
Yeah. Because
it's fun when you're playing a quiz. The fun part of a quiz is when you know things.
Right. Yeah, you feel really good. Those picture ones, I knew most of them.
But you can't make it too easy, because then you lose that feeling.
Yeah,
so that was what I was trying to get here, and I think it worked out well.
100%. Absolutely. That was fun. I enjoyed that. That was good. Oh yeah, great job building that
Devolver around as well.
Yeah, that was a good one. I sat there like the moment you gave it to me, right? I was like, I know I had Neva, I had Angerfoot, I had Crush House, I had Plucky Squire. Those are the 4 I had the whole time. And then as we were talking, I'm like, oh yeah, the Pepper Grinder one, which I picked up that one. Then I started thinking, because I just played Children of Sun, and then that came to me, and then I don't even know where Phantom Abyss came from. But I think I remember that playing the demo, and then Devolver picking that one up, and a friend asking if I would play it. I'm like, I probably will, but haven't, and just totally forgot. Yeah. And then I only got Cricket of Ages because we were talking about the sports one. I'm like, oh, that.
Yeah, that was a good guess.
Yeah, it was okay.
Probably the only sports game Devolver will ever make.
Yeah, listen, honestly, unless you get something crazy cool, like some crazy like Pyre-esque, like added like not just sports game, but a sports game with blah blah blah. Like, listen, I'm here for it. That'd be cool. Oh boy. Now let's think here. We're at about an hour and 40 minutes right now. It's late as hell for you. We had 4 games on our what we've been playing, which is kind of a lot. Do we want to skip what we've been playing? Do we want to do like one each? Do we want to just go right into what's released?
I would be fine with just going through all of them, but a bit quicker than usual.
Yeah, for sure. Bet. I'm cool with that.
Because I'm really curious to hear about Marvel Rivals.
Let me tell you. I'll tell you, we can talk about it. So you just want me to go first with that then? Just talk about Marvel Rivals? Yeah. Okay, bad. So, not an indie game, people. It's not an indie game. NetEase, big, conglomerate, blah, 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 blah. That being said, I was burned by Overwatch. Timestamp. What we've been playing. I was burned out on Overwatch. I got into Overwatch 2. The big thing is like we're making Overwatch 2 for the story mode, and that was like what I was pushing for. That's where I was like, I can't wait for this. And as people got sick and tired of Overwatch 2, I was like, yes, guys, stick with it. The story's gonna be what we want. Once the story's here, we're gonna have that brand new thing to play. And then they said, yeah, we're dropping it. And I was like, well, I'm out. Now I was rooting for you, Blizzard, and that's like I don't do Blizzard. I don't do Diablo. I don't do World of Warcraft. I don't do any of that. Just Overwatch. Mm-hmm. And then I was just burned. So I'm like, I'm done. So I haven't played like a multiplayer shooter outside like Fortnite, which also pisses me off. So we got Marvel Rivals this week, which I played the beta earlier this year, fell in love with, and I probably have about 20 hours on Marvel Rivals since it released on Friday.
Damn.
I'm obsessed. I'm having so much freaking fun. It's challenging. We got to the point where like the first night I was playing, I was getting wins, right? I'm trying to learn all these new characters, but so is the rest of the world. We're in that environment now where the TikTok people are just like, hey, if you pick this character and do this character and you go to the wall and do this, you get the super mega damage. People are like, stop, just play the game. Let people learn the game. Don't cheat on me. But I've been playing, internet, don't fry me. I'm playing Jeff the Shark because he's adorable. People just get mad because you spit him off the map or dive up, but he's so cute. I love Jeff. He probably like arguably is like the best healer in the game because he's so like, you just spit a stream of water that just heals, and if you just go, you just heal your whole team. And you can spit out bubbles that as they pick those up, they get a speed boost and enhanced healing. So if they're low health and they have that, I can just heal them faster. So it's great. It's nice to have. And then, of course, the ults just dive into the stage, big old pool of water, eat everybody, and then spit them off the edge. Unless they can fly, then it's better to just, like, off yourself so you take the whole team with you. But it's a strat. You figure it out. But, yeah, right now it's been Jeff the Shark, Luna Snow, because she's so damn fine. Black Panther, obviously. Star-Lord, Magneto, and Penny Parker. Or like I have my 2 healers, 2 tanks, 2 attacks. Just because everyone wants to do damage, and when you have a map of everyone trying to do damage, it's nice to have a healer or a tank, so you try and pick a little of everybody. You all should take after me. Play some goddamn healers. Listen, I don't mind playing healer, but every now and again, brother wants to do some damage too. Let me play the damn game. Come on. But yeah, I'm having a blast. Something I really enjoy about it is that there is the option for... it's like how often you play the character, you'll learn you'll earn upgrades for that character, where you I'm trying to think the best way to like explain it. When you open the menu, it's like I've played Jeff the Shark for 20 minutes, but they'll show like on the chart, like if you get 60 minutes, you earn points. If you do this much healing with Jeff, you earn points. If you do ult this many times with Jeff, you earn this many points. As you fill up the bar for stage 1, you go from like the titles are gonna be wrong, but it's like trainee to like fighter to champion to master. Like there are all these different things, and each one of those tiers comes with like a visual perk. So like you get the spray, right? So you get the cool little spray of here's Jeff the Shark. I can throw it on the wall to show I've played enough Jeff. There's like the ticker on the side where it's like, oh, I got like a double kill, and they do like the double kill. But if you level up Jeff enough and you're playing as Jeff, there's a special like blue one that has Jeff's icon, and there's like little sharks swimming through it. And then there's like a master one that's like tier 4, which is the same thing, just more intense. And then the final upgrade is like your player icon, right? So if I'm playing Black Panther, in the bottom left corner, there's a little picture of Black Panther. There's like a prestige one, which is like, I've played this much. I've done this many limbs. I've done this many ults. I've done this many minutes and hours of Black Panther. So I have like I put in the work icon for Black Panther. So it's like each character I play, I have like not just go in and win, but like a drive to level them up to show like I'm playing this guy and I'm here to get good with this guy. So now I have his upgraded thing. So that's just a cool little thing that Overwatch doesn't have that I really enjoy. That's a part of Marvel Rivals. So yeah, it's just a really good time. I really enjoy Marvel Rivals.
Cool. Glad to hear it.
Man, and he's going to play some more soon. Play outside on stream. Viewers, Medic, Zenoza, Hypnotic, who all you hopped in. Appreciate you guys. Fallen. I don't want to forget any names. Thank you guys for carrying me to some wins. And some of you drug me to some losses. That's on you, but fine. But no, yeah, I'm having a blast. I'm trying to think. I know I got to edit something after we're done here, and then I have to record something at like 10 o'clock tonight. So I'm like, do I have time for more Rivals in between? I might. We'll see. We'll get some more matches in.
Sneak some matches in.
Try, you know. But yeah, it's great. I think it's a multiplayer shooter, so there's got to be sweats. It's going to be that way. But the times when you win feel really good. The times when you lose, even when they feel like shit, you're like, yeah, we just didn't have the comp for it. And you're going to have I blame the team because they didn't pick healers and blah, blah, blah. But I'm going to be playing Marvel Ross for a hot minute. I'm like, I think the other reason I haven't uninstalled Fortnite is because I have to be like, hey guys, use code CGDannyB at checkout when you're buying the Fortnite item shop skins. But also, I think it was like on console, like a 30-something gig install. I think on PC, it's like 70 through Steam. So compared to the other multiplayer games that are like 2 million gigabytes to install, I'm like, oh, I didn't have to uninstall anything to install Marvel Rivals. That's pretty good.
That is nice.
Yeah. But now you got to tell me about some games here, because I see a lot of key provided on this screen right now.
Yeah. I received a key for Mythwrecked, Ambrosia.
Yeah.
And I was excited for this one. I'd been waiting for this game for quite a long time.
Mm-hmm.
It comes to us from the developers behind Roki or Roki. I don't know how to pronounce it.
I think Roki, that's how I've been saying it.
Roki, okay. And basically, you get shipwrecked on an island that is inhabited by people, and they are clearly the Greek gods of myth, but they don't seem to remember that they are. Yeah.
What a memory loss to have.
Yeah. Now, the devs described this game as a friend-em-up, and
oh, I love that.
I think it's the right name to like use. Basically, you try to befriend these people and help them out, figuring out what happened that made them lose their memory, that made them lose their powers as well.
Okay.
You do this mostly through fetch quests. If you don't like fetch quests, then this game is not gonna be for you. Like if you move a bit through the footage, you'll see that you're gonna be spending most of your time running around gathering ambrosia fruit, because all of the gods have something that they are willing to trade, and they always trade for ambrosia fruit.
Okay.
Because that's like their absolute favorite thing. But yeah, you just walk around, find these mementos that have been buried to help these gods recover their memory, and it's such a good time. Like,
that's so dope.
This was the only the second game after Tactical Breach Wizards that I struggled to put down.
Okay.
Because
hell yeah.
there was always like this one more thing that I wanted to do, and then I did that, and there was something else that I just wanted to do before I stopped playing for the day. Yeah. I kept having these moments where I'm like, maybe I should just because then they'll remember something, and that will move the story along, and it's a good time. Like the amount of polish on this game is just really great. Like this is a finished game. I didn't encounter any bugs. It plays smoothly. It runs like a dream. There are a couple of issues with it that I have.
Okay.
That stopped it from being a perfect game. One of those is that the characters are not voice acted, which I get. Maybe there wasn't the budget for. Yeah, but in a game that's all about the conversations you have, it stood out. It made it feel like there was like this tiny bit of character missing from the different characters, because there was a little bit of voice acting in that all of the characters do like this grunt and this chuckle and stuff. Yeah,
those kind of
stuff like that. But that kind of got annoying.
Okay.
A little bit after a while, because you do so much talking,
right?
And it's a shame because the conversations that you do have, they're really well written, and it would have been so cool to see these lines voice acted.
Yeah.
But yeah, the only other issue that I had with the game is that your main character Alex is basically just there.
Not like a personality to it, just like
no.
Okay.
Like you just help out.
Okay.
Because you want to help out. And it's nice wanting to help out. And like the only motivation you really have is being able to go home, to get back off the island.
Okay.
But it's like it's not that important. Like helping out these gods is more important than getting home.
Yeah. Valid, honestly.
Yeah. But yeah, I love this game. I loved the designs for the gods because they kind of look like if the Greek gods bought their clothes in Hot Topic.
I think it might have been Hera. I saw she's like a little bit spiky hair. I think she's got like the nose piercing. I think I've seen like clips of her in the trailer. I'm like, oh, not what I expected to look like. I completely wrong which god it was, but they definitely have like a modern twist to them from what I've seen on the outside. I'm like, I dig it.
To them. And I think there's gonna be people who are gonna be annoyed by it.
Of course, but who isn't?
Mostly the anti-woke brigade.
Yeah.
Because, for example, one of the gods uses a wheelchair.
Okay.
Which I think is cool to have that representation there. But I guess that's woke of me.
Honestly, a little bit. Put it on the list. Where's the spreadsheet? Mythwrecked, too woke.
But yeah, I love this game. It's easily one of the best times I've had this year.
Yeah. It looks so fantastic. I know I've wanted to hop in. One of the ones I didn't receive a key for, and I had like 2 or 3 others, so I didn't hop into this one yet. But following it since God knows when it was announced, I always thought it looked dope. I think at first I was a little thrown off by like the facial animations. Like anyone watching the YouTube version might have just seen like Alex did this, like, but like stylistically, that's also what the studio does. So I think it was just a matter of once I get my hands on it and be in it, it'd just be second nature. I'm cool with it. And even watching this footage now, like it's not something that bothers me. I think the game looks fun, looks great. You made the reference like the game I would play. Like, let me do one more thing before I go to bed. And I think back to playing Creatures of Ava earlier this year and having like that very similar, like, I could save 2 more creatures. I could deliver one more thing and clear this path or whatever. And like, that's exactly what I wanted this to be. And hearing you say that is like, great. When I get to it, let me make sure the block is clear and I don't have to go to bed anytime soon, or I start early enough the day so I have one more thing to do because I want to just run around and grab the shit and hand stuff in. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fun time. Like it made me feel like I was back in summer for a couple of hours.
Hell yeah.
And I needed that this week.
Yeah, winter. I'm gonna hate it. Sick. No, I'm trying to think. As far as if you completed it, or are you still?
Yeah.
Okay. What was like the play time? You know, off the top of your head, how long it took?
I think it was about 9 hours.
Okay.
Something like that.
Cool.
Another thing I might have to mention is that the ending feels a bit abrupt.
Okay. So kind of one of those you got the last god and then bop kind of deal.
I'm not gonna spoil it
Sure.
here. Yeah, it feels very quickly settled and roll credits.
Okay. Got it. That stinks a little bit.
It didn't take away from my fun with it.
Okay.
It's not that bad.
Sure.
But I feel it worth mentioning because people sometimes, get a bit annoyed by that.
Okay. Cool. Sick. Oh, man. Yeah, I gotta play Mythwrecked soon. Once we're through our Game of the Year stuff, which sucks, I'd love to, think about it for Game of the Year conversation, but I ain't got the hours in the day right now, I'm gonna tell you.
I get that.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah. Looks awesome. And then this is your footage you captured for me. Thank you for including that. So we had that on the fun little thing. Oh my God, Hermes is like, what do you put some gloves on, brother? What are we doing?
Let me tell you, I recorded the footage because I want to start a new series on my YouTube channel where I play the first hour of a game.
Yes.
And I recorded this footage and I was doing a voiceover during it. And then afterwards I checked, and the volume of my voice is way too low. So you can barely hear me over the game. So I couldn't post that, but yeah, that series is coming sometime soon.
Yeah, remind me to show you multi-track editing or recording with OBS, because then you can take like your voices in one, the game's in another, etc., etc. So if one's too quiet, you can just go in Premiere or whatever and just and crank it up. I'm sure if it's too low to crank it up, it'd be like, but it'll help. Nothing to do with Mythwrecked, but yeah, this looks great. I mean, I don't know if Hermes in a big old diaper here is necessarily, you know, the meaningest I don't want to see, but yeah, the game looks great. I'm glad you liked it because I would play
physique.
it. Honestly, though, I get it. I see it. Ladies. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Have you like played anything that involved throwing things lately?
You know, I might have. I don't know if I did a timestamp, but that's a good segue for it. So, yes, I have played Overthrown. I got a key from the developers over at Brimstone, so huge shout out to them. Thank you so much. So Overthrown is this brand new farming sim. Local farming sim that just came out, where the big thing is that you can just throw everything. Like, so you start, you are, I guess, a princess. You're some level of royalty, and you have this crown, which gives you the power to like build your own kingdom, and also basically makes you like an anime protagonist as you're trying to play. But you can see here, I'm like building the town, I'm putting in the streets. But you will start by setting in your town hall, and from there they'll give you like instructions, right? Where it's like, hey, set up this establishment. You want to bring in people from the outside to join your village. You put in like sawmills, which to start, you'll grab, you'll just start punching a tree, grab the logs. They'll go right into the sawmill, which then you'll use to build resources around your town. But once you start to learn like, hey, I could streamline this a little bit, you could put a sawmill in the forest. So once your villagers are out there, they'll start chopping down trees and it'll go into it. Or if you're insane, which is the point of this game, you pick up the sawmill yourself and you just start running through the forest, and every tree you hit is just me like zero, 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 and sucked into the sawmill. So you're just collecting all these resources and having them so your town can be built. So like, I think I'm about to do it right here. I think I'm just moving stuff. I should have ran through the forest here. But yeah, right now it's in early access, so there's still quite a bit missing from it.
Okay.
But you'll start with, you build the wood, the sawmills, you build townhouses for your villagers. The more resources you make, the more people will move in and get jobs. And then the more people who need jobs, you need to have more resources. So you need to have porta potties so they can go somewhere, which I don't know why there's no potties in their house. Maybe there's going to be an upgraded house to allow that. But as you go, it's like, oh, you have 10 people, but you only have 2 porta potties. And I think it's like 3 to porta potty or something like that. So you need to have more porta potties they can go, but you also need to have resources for them to eat at. There's soup kitchens. There's a bakery, so you can have bread and everything. So once you open a menu, which is a little complicated for someone as pea-brained as myself, where it's a bunch of meters that are just like, here's how much food you have, here's how many people you have, you're on the lower side of this. But you go in and be like, hey, I need this resource, and this facility's open, but you don't have the wheat to make the bread. And to get the wheat, you have to plant it in the thing. And to get the resource for that, you have to go out and find the seeds. So it is a little in the meticulous way of like, I normally don't like survival or farm sim games for those reasons. The like over collecting, I can't survive on this. And then seeing my numbers go down because I wasn't able to get all the resources right away. But it hasn't been punishing for me yet. So it hasn't been like a big deterrent. Like the world hasn't been like, your entire village has died because you couldn't make bread. It is very just like, hey, they're getting sick, so you probably want to do something about it. But there's also combat. So like you run out to find some resources, you might run into like bandits who every couple days or couple weeks, or it might be like based on the seasons, they'll come into your town and try and like destroy everything. They'll destroy your houses, your facilities, whatever. And you get to run around and like beat the shit out of them, which is really fun. What I ended up doing is now realizing that the way my city was built is very like closed in. A lot of the bandits would run around and try and like find my villagers or find me to hit me or hit them. And that got rough because I'm like, giant sword swing. And then I'd like beat the shit out of like 3 houses. Like, oh no, I'm sorry, I'll fix that afterwards. and then it'd be like, you've killed 7 out of the 11 bandits. I'm like, where are they at? I don't see them. So I'd like run off to the distance and I'd like watch where the flags. I'm like, okay, here they come. They're coming after me. But no, the game's really fun so far. I think in the early access build I'm at, I kind of feel like I've met what I need to do. Like there's not where I'm at. It's just let the bandits come every couple weeks, fight them, and then keep building. I'm hoping for more content, more resources, stuff like that as the world continues to build out. But like, this is definitely one when it drops on PlayStation, like I could see myself getting lost in. I think it performs fine. I think I'm just in the spot where my PC is not like beefy enough to play and record at the same time, so it looks a little framey and it's running at lower quality, which is one of the main reasons I'm like console gamer over anything else. But yeah, I'm loving it. I love the style, I love the gameplay. Like I definitely want to sink more time into Overthrown, but right now I have other games I should play, so I'm going to try and focus on those first.
But do I remember correctly that when this had a demo during Next Fest, you played this co-op, didn't you?
Yes, yep, and it is co-op, yep, so you can play with up to, I forget if it's 6 or 8. It's at least 6 friends. Go ahead.
Is there a big difference in the fun you had when you compare single player to co-op?
I think if anything, there was the like, ooh, I'm watching my friends do the goofy stuff that I can do. With like the super speed, like there's speed, you're fast enough that if you start to sprint, you can just run on water. And the first time seeing a friend do that, I'm like, they did the thing. Like that was cool. I didn't lose enjoyment from playing alone or anything. Right now, if you're watching the YouTube version, you can see the bandits chasing me from taking all their trees. But like, there I am hauling ass through the woods with a giant sawmill on my shoulders. Like I'm just going, like there's no slow in here. But yeah, I think co-op is probably best for maintaining things at like a certain pace. Like when I'm like, oh, if my friend goes and gets the seeds, I'm building the houses, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, whatever. I'm sure my city will be maintained better over time. Especially as I'm learning what I need to do and like what's kind of priority to make sure this has to stay up, so this can 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 stay up, et cetera, et cetera. Having more people probably makes that a lot easier just to keep your city sustained. But yeah, I think you could enjoy this alone, but it's probably more fun with friends. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
Good times. Oh, Overthrown, dude. Look at this guy here. I'm going to try and smack him, but I actually don't think he's a bandit. No, he is a bandit. I'm trying to smack him with the sword I kept missing. Poacher, trying to take my stuff. But yeah, like I said, right now it's in early access. It's on Steam. I think they just put out the first major update this past week. I didn't quite read the patch notes, so I don't know when all got added. But yeah, they're going to continue to update it once it's in 1.0, which could be next year, could be 3 years from now. We know early access is a crazy fickle thing, but yeah, it's a fun time. Go play some Overthrown.
Right.
Yeah, now if I timestamp that, let's see, you played some Ballionaire.
Ballionaire, absolutely. It only dropped today.
Oh, dang, okay.
But Jesus Christ, this game.
So for anyone might not know, what's Ballionaire?
Ballionaire is basically a pachinko machine, but make it Balatro.
Yeah, baby.
And I have to say, it tickles my brain in the same way that Balatro does. It's so fucking addicting. Like, you just watch those numbers go up. Like the first runs, you don't have too much items to assist you to like see your score go up.
Yeah.
But once you start putting down those items, those scores just massively blow up.
That's so cool.
The noises the game makes, the presentation, the music, the gameplay, it feels like my brain is on drugs when I'm playing this. Like I've only played for like I think an hour or something.
Okay.
But I can already confidently say that this might be my new Balatro.
Ooh.
And to me that's high praise because I adore Balatro, and I'm slightly terrified of that game.
Yeah.
Every time I pick it up, I tend to lose knights.
That's the addiction, man. I definitely I checked out this Next Best demo after you recommended it. And I remember like at first I'm like, I suck at this. What am I not doing? And I think it's figuring out the way to build and what you want to hit and what you want to avoid as opposed to just what you want to hit. Like there's the cactus, right? Which is like, if you hit it, you lose your money, but if you completely avoid it, you gain $400. So I got in the habit, I'm like, every time a cactus showed up, I would buy it and put it in like the bottom left corner. But then I would build my map to kind of like loop down to the left into the right. So it would like fall in and then right? So I'm like, cool, let's earn money that way. But yeah, this one was cool. I'm glad you recommended the demo. And I'm like, shit, this is out. Oh God, I can't lose the hours.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, the more items you have on your, I don't know what you call it. Do you call it a table? A board?
Yeah, pyramid.
Yeah. The more things happen, and like there are some items that will make multiple balls spawn. So all of your scores go up. Like the numbers go flying. There's fun items that like influence each other. For example, you've got tomatoes and you've got bread and you've got mushrooms, but then you've also got a frying pan. And if you drop and you pick up the tomatoes and the eggs and whatever and drop onto the frying pan, a new effect happens. And it's so good.
It's the incremental ding 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 ding. It's going up. Yeah, it scratches.
Oh yeah. It has that same feel to me, like what's the game called again? I always forget the name, and it's so good.
Blatra Dungeons and Degenerate Gamblers.
No, it's not a roguelike deck builder. It's a puzzle game with the mustachioed guy.
Mario Puzzle League.
No, not Mario.
I don't know.
Hang on. I know how to find this because I bought the soundtrack on Bandcamp. I will find out.
You're about to hit me. Yeah, I'll vamp. You
will be like, all right, that game.
I'm about to like, dog. I got nothing. Oh, you're
Grindstone.
Oh God, I was thinking a very different style. I wasn't thinking the cartoony, so my brain wasn't even close. Grindstone. Yeah, Grindstone fucks. Yeah. Grindstone's good.
Yeah. It feels like this has this same amount of polish and the same addictive hook.
Oh hell yeah!
So, yeah.
I love it's hard, right? Because like I don't know, you might have more to say. I'm just trying to think like what else could you say about like one of those type of roguelikes? It's just like drop the thing go ding, go again. Like
it's that there's nothing more I can say really, except you're trying to please gods,
aren't we
by
all?
Scoring enough points. And I haven't beaten all of them yet.
Okay.
Because for some reason, when I have to go up to 25,000 points, I just get stuck. But I'm still having a blast, and I'm still starting to figure everything out. In between runs, you also get to unlock more things, more items to put on the board.
Okay.
And you do this by putting your credit card into a machine. And then an item drops down, and that's your new item. Even that part of it is just fun.
That's great. This is so cool. Indies do it, man. They just like it's the thing where like a game would never exist in the AAA space, and then you're just like, oh, what's this game? Oh, it's fucking Plinko, but roguelike. You're like, you know what? Yeah. That wouldn't make sense that exists. Or it's crazy that it doesn't exist prior to this, right? And that's really cool. Like indies just someone just comes up with the idea, and I'd love to hear from the dev like where they were they just I stayed home sick. I didn't want to go to work this day, and they just saw let's make a deal. Price is Right, and like, oh my God, I'm gonna make a game, and just knew what they wanted to do. Like that's crazy.
It is. It's a blast. And I feel like I'm gonna lose a lot of hours during the upcoming holidays to
enjoy. You're gonna beat that 25,000. You're gonna get it.
Yeah.
Then we hit 50. Hell freaking yeah. That's so love indie games. Let me see. I do have one more to talk about quick. I don't have too much. I'm still really early into it.
Okay.
But it was my train game on the way to PAX Unplugged. I played Symphonia. And Symphonia is this it's precision platformer. So think in terms of like Bennett Foddy's Getting Over It, Jump King, one of those kind of like challenging platformers. But like the goal is not to be the bash your head into the desk challenging platformer. It is a music built universe where like the gods of this world have gone missing and they've taken the music with them. So you're trying to build an orchestra to bring like the machines in this world run on music. And with no music, the machines aren't running. So you're trying to build an orchestra to get everything to go again. You play, I think Philemon's the character's name. And you have just a few simple options where you jump. You can press a button to play your violin. Or there's like a dash kind of thing, and you use that dash to kind of reflect on different platforms. So like you'll find these little cushions. If you land on it, you can kind of aim yourself. I'm going to go super left or super right. But if you slap super right into like one platform, you can shoot straight up to another, then left to another. If you're like hitting these things in rhythm, the levels are pretty like pre-established. It's not super free in the way of like what could go wrong. Like you can kind of see the defined path of where you need to go. The music's really pretty so far. I'm still early, so I've only really heard like the intro level music. But even then, I remember kind of feeling really zen, which how comfortable it was. But even like the world is stunning. It's like there's so much wood texture on everything, and it's not enough to be like this is a steampunk world because it's not that. But like everything's really pretty, just really classic looking. Don't think I've met any of the people to join my orchestra yet. I've just gotten through like the first set. I'm like an hour train ride about, so I'm probably like 45-ish minutes in before I got like Steam Deck on. Whatever reason, my Bluetooth just stops working on my Steam Deck, so I have to like but specifically with my earbuds, not like my Steam Deck Bluetooth, so I have to like remove them from the Steam Deck, put them back in. I'm like, okay, now they work, so I can actually hear my game. But yeah, I tweeted at the devs. I'm like, yo, thanks for having my, the key. I think I should have said that. I got a key for the game. Thanks for giving me my excitement for the train ride to PAX. Like, yo, enjoy your weekend, have fun. And the game's really fun. I'm not super far in, so I don't know how much more challenging it gets. Right now, the challenge I found is like getting the collectibles. Like there's one level in particular where you have to climb up and you play a violin to start a platform. And as the platform starts to move, you kind of got to get ahead of it so you can land on a cushion, push forward, jump up, go down. Because if the platform reaches the end before you do, one of the collectibles is like beneath it, so you can't get in. But also there's giant gaps and stuff in between. So you got to make sure you're going fast enough so it's not like outpacing you. Otherwise you won't get it. So blah, 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 So that might be where the most challenge comes in so far in these early levels. But yeah, other than that, it is just jump, don't hit the spikes, play the instrument. The new like obstacle I just found are cymbals, which as you jump through the air, you kind of have to play your violin or hit a button while you're on it, which will then launch you in a specific direction, which is... They're different in the way that you don't necessarily get like the free reign to pause. The cushions you can sit on, like you can kind of cling to those so you don't go anywhere. Whereas the cymbals, those are like, as I fly by it, I have to hit it. I'm just going to plummet to like the hole in the ground. So I'm sure more things like that are going to evolve as I continue to progress. But yeah, it's just a really pretty game. I'd say challenging seems a little too much in terms of just the regular gameplay. But there's definitely a challenge to the platforming. But I wouldn't say it's hard right now.
It looks beautiful. It gives me Hollow Knight vibes.
Yeah, kind of.
Without the combat, then.
Yeah, very similar. And like, I know I played the demo for this probably at this point 3-4 Steam Next Fests ago. Well, I guess no, because there's 2 or 3 of those a year, so we'll 6 to 7 Steam Next Fests ago. Like I know I've played the demo, and when I saw it was coming out this year, I'm like, oh right, I remember playing this, and I kind of forgot about it until now. So I'm having a good time for it. I'm excited to get back into it and play a little bit more. I just need to put Marvel Rivals down, but it's good. It's good. I'd recommend it if it looks good to you. It's like, give it a shot.
Cool.
Yeah. Ah, boy, oh boy. But let's see. Do you want to mention this other section you had in here about
I want to mention it just like because it's a shame. I received a key for Uncle Chop's Rocket Shop,
Okay.
which I was really excited for. But the thing is, this game is all about fixing up parts of spaceships.
Yeah.
And to do that, you have to use manuals that show you like this part you have to fix in this way by using these tools and stuff. And usually I'm pretty good at reading manuals.
Yeah.
But for some reason, with my mental health not doing so good right now, I completely blanked. I just could not figure out any of the instructions, and so after 5 minutes, I had to stop playing because I just got frustrated that it didn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
So I received the key to review it for so many games. So luckily, one of my colleagues from the website will pick it up instead.
Okay.
But I do want to give it a shout out because I think there's a really good game in there. And I just feel a bit sad that I won't be able to play it. I'm gonna try it again eventually if I find the time and the right space of mind, but
yeah, I got you. Yeah, it's a lot at first. I know I don't think we talked about it in the podcast. I think it was just us talking after the recording. But I remember seeing I got a demo key for this game a while back and it would not launch. So I had to like go to Keymailer, be like, hey, I couldn't play the game. Like it shows that I didn't make any coverage because I couldn't play it. But I guess that demo key upgraded to the full game. So the night I was making like indies releasing in December, I got to play a little bit of it, just checking in my library. And I love it in how unique it is in terms of like roguelikes. It's one of those like, here we go again, a roguelike that's just something we haven't done before. And how do we have another thing to do? But it's a lot. Cause yeah, it is like, so like the 5 minutes play, did you play the timed one or like the I guess more challenging mode? Do you know which one you picked?
I tried the timed one.
Okay.
Which didn't help because my mind goes blank.
Yeah.
When I have timed things to solve.
Yeah, it's like it's a lot because I played the time one thinking like that's the base one, that's what you want to play. But it's like you have, I think it's like 5 minutes real world to like complete stuff, which is you run in, you find the truck, what's wrong with it, go to the room, get the item, charge the item, go back to the ship, take the part apart. It's a lot of things, which is like really cool in terms of like a mechanic thing, or mechanical like gameplay, but trying to do it so quick is not impossible, but especially when you're trying to learn the game is hard. I've been meaning to go back and play the untimed one, which will just give you 3 challenges a day. But it's more punishing. So if you get it wrong, like you lose more points or you like, you know, there's more burden to failing in that one because you're not on a timer. So I need to go and try that mode and see how much more I like it. And if that comes to learn the tasks in the hard mode to then be able to do them faster in the time mode, like cool. But yeah, in terms of visual, and the trailer I'm playing is even old. Like this is not what the game looks similar to this, but like it's definitely been more polished since this trailer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Visually, it looks super great. I love it. Like, and this alone already looks super cool. But like, they added a new like fresh outline to the characters. The mechanical like actual mini games you're doing look different. But yeah, I would love to see you get to play it again with a more like fresh mindset and be able to focus in on the task. I think it's a really cool experience. I think more people should check out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Uncle Chop. Plus, there's a demon dude who's just like, oh yeah, it'd be kind of crazy if you didn't pay rent. Like, I'm sorry, I'm trying.
Okay.
Leave me alone. Oh boy. But that's what we've been playing. We're at 217. Dog, this is going to be the shortest episode we've ever had. Real quick, let's run through the games releasing this week. We're talking December 12th through December 18th. To start off, we have, because it's today as of recording and it's not going to fall into the week, we've got Naiad coming December 10th for Steam, Switch, and PlayStation. Then back to the actual week we're on. We have Garden Trills coming December 12th for Steam. The Spirit of the Samurai coming December 12th for Steam. Completely Sticky coming December 12th for Steam. Sorry, you're going to hear that a lot. Super Waifu Ball coming December 12th for Steam and PlayStation. Mini Golf coming December 12th for Steam. The Cabin Factory coming December 13th for Steam. Feed the Gods coming December 13th for Steam. Pine coming December 13th for Steam. On Your Tail coming December 16th for Steam. Botany Manor coming December 17th for PlayStation. Snufkin Fuddler's Courtship coming December 17th for Steam and all platforms, I think.
I think so.
Yeah, hashtag shrug. Find out on your favorite platform if you want to play. And then finally, Dredge coming on December 18th for mobile, which I did not know was getting a mobile port, which is sick.
That is sick.
But yes, anything on here you're excited for?
The Cabin Factory is one that intrigues me. I'm just curious to find out how this one works.
Yeah, I've gotten my email, and I think this. I don't think it's an embargo thing to say. I will be receiving a key for the Cabin Factory on launch day, but I'll be streaming it on the 14th, so Saturday afternoon. I'll be jumping into the Cabin Factory, which I'm excited for, but it's also like a horror game. I just don't know how jump scary horror it's gonna be, but I like the idea. I haven't like the Exit 8 and Pools and like those other like atmospheric PTS things. I played a little PT, but I've never played the other ones listed. So I'm like, I know people love these. And I think I'm going to love Cabin Factory. But will I? Will I hate it? We'll find out on Saturday. But I like the idea. You like run you're in a factory where you go into cabins that are like brought to you on a conveyor belt. And then you inspect them if they're haunted. And if they aren't, you hit go, pass them on. If they are, reject, go back. So it's a cool concept. I like it.
Yeah. Also, Mini Golf is one that during Next Fest came onto my radar because it's definitely not a game about mini golf.
Yeah, I had to double check. At first, I thought of a simple golf game that was at this last Steam Next Fest. I'm like, no, which one's Mini Golf?
It's
if the Steam page will load.
I don't really know how to explain it because there's something weird going on. It's one of those games that you're like, what is this?
Yeah, what is this?
Yeah.
Like I'm like, that's a golf course. Like that's a golf course right there. I see it. But what's that?
Yeah, but like I played the demo, and when you open the demo, you have 2 television screens.
Mm-hmm.
And I clicked on one television screen, and it started playing this kind of documentary. I have no idea what's going on.
What is this?
I'm just intrigued. I want to know, like, the planet is in turmoil. Why is this planet? Which planet?
Well, we knew that already. Like,
yeah,
this trailer's just the Earth. What am I looking at? What a time.
Yeah.
Indie games are... What? It's going to get eaten by... What is that? I'm sorry, audio listeners. You have no idea what chaos... Go look at the trailer for Mini Golf. I'm baffled. Interesting. Yeah, this was one that was not on my radar, so we're gonna learn more about that one, I guess. Oh man, yeah. Of course, that one Pine comes out this weekend, and On Your Tail that got delayed from last month finally comes out. So hopefully, with Game of the Year time, I can squeeze some time into both of those. But we'll have to see. But yeah, and Naiad, of course, we're both looking forward to that drop today, as of recording. So,
yep, it has dropped, by the way.
Bet, hell yeah.
On Steam, so
let's go. All right, then, with those being the release this week, we'll round it out. This is usually the part where we're like, hey guys, what's your favorite indie game? But if we don't have one written in, we decided we're going to showcase another indie game that people haven't heard of or an upcoming one you should check out. Tofr, you got to pick this week, and I'm not familiar with the one you have here, so I definitely want to hear what this guy's about.
Yeah. It's inspired by the fact that itch.io went down this weekend.
Good.
It's a game that's exclusively available on itch.
Okay.
It's called Family. It's a game by Owlskip Games, and it is very much of the kind of games like Return of the Obra Dinn.
Oh, okay.
You have to figure things out one step at a time. But in this one, you're looking back at the history of the musical scene in a certain part of the UK during the past couple of decades. And you have to link which artist was part of which band at what time.
Okay.
And you do this through listening to songs, listening to interviews, reading parts of biographies, and you're being fed only a couple of things at a time.
Okay.
So, for example, at the start of the game, you get 2 interview pieces, 2 songs to listen to, and whatever else, and then when you solve the first 3 or 5 puzzles, then you get new clues to like continue on filling in Like you can see on the left-hand side of the screen there. That's what you need to fill in with all the correct names.
Oh.
You have to find the people belonging to the bands.
Oh no. Okay, yeah. I muted the tab for the sake of the podcast. This is definitely not one I can show a sample for without being able to hear it. But this looks cool. I like this idea.
It is really cool.
I'm like trying to look at how to even do it.
It's like a tinier version of Return of the Obra Dinn, because you can finish this one in a couple of hours.
Okay.
But it's really cool because it's made by one person, Tim Scheinman. He made the music for all of these bands.
Okay.
Which I think is insane.
Damn, dude.
He coded it. He wrote it. It's really cool. He makes these kinds of games regularly. Like on Steam, you can find a game called... Is it Rivals?
Of Ether.
No.
Nah, different game team.
Rivals, yeah. Which was the follow-up to Family.
Okay.
It's the same concept, but it's about two musicians who used to be really good friends and who grew apart due to their stardom.
Got it.
And you have to fill in the right pages of the biographies of these two musicians.
Yeah.
And it's just really fun, like especially if you want to like play something together with a group of people trying to figure out these puzzles. It's just a good time.
Okay, it's like a fun Discord night.
Yeah.
I see. So like a typical thing with itch is like sometimes the games are free, but if you want to contribute to the devs, you can pay for it. I see it's $2.99 to download. Do you know if the full game, the one in browser, is the full game, or is it like a snippet sample of it? Do you know?
That's a sample. I think you have to pay the $2.99.
Cool. Yeah, $3 for a game like that. Cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And then right in there, it's like the third line of the description. They have linked to Rivals as well, which is on Steam for $5.99. Positive reviews, but only 35. So I'm gonna crank that up a little bit, team.
Yeah,
that's cool. That's a cool one. I'm gonna bookmark that one. I have so many bookmarks.
I can imagine.
But hey, guys, check out Family by Owlskip. Again, that's on itch.io. Rivals is on Steam, but if you want to check out the original one, that's on itch.io. And with that, timestamp, Tofr, we got to wrap this bitch up.
You're done already? What?
Already, dog. It's crazy. Oh, man. Everybody, thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Playlog Podcast. Real quick reminder, next week is our Playlog Awards. We'll be doing that one live on Twitch, twitch.tv/CGDannyB. The link will be in the description. That'll be around 2 p.m. Eastern. We have our categories. We're going to lock those in. I'll probably put the nominees out on Instagram first, and then I'll put like a repost of like the winners and everything. But a week's enough time to figure something out. Tofr, if the little scrubblies on the internet wanted to find you, where could they possibly go?
The easiest way is through my Linktree, which is Play Nice Kids in one word.
The Plinko is coming back. You are a Ballionaire.
And also be sure to check out my reviews over on somanygames.co.uk.
There you go. Do you have that linked in your Linktree? The So Many Games? Bet. There you go. That's in the description too. You find that. And then, of course, you guys can find me at CGDannyB all over the interwebs, especially Blue Sky, because right now I have more followers than Twitter, so I know it's a better platform. So,
absolutely.
And also don't forget, we're still doing Hollow Knight for our January book club. So if you forgot, go play some Hollow Knight. Come back to us in January. We're going to have a whole book club about that. I want to hear your guys' thoughts. I am sweaty. It is hot in here. Tofr, it's like 10 in the morning for you now. So what time is it for you right now?
Midnight.
Okay, I mean, it's late, but I'm going to get you out of here. But still, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.